That's good. Oh my goodness. I left my fan on. I gotta go turn that off. That's gonna bother me. There we go. That's better. Wow, Josh, get your act together. Why do you take so long setting up? I'm sorry. Here I am. Hello, what's up, guys? How are you? I feel like I still have to do the snapping thing, even though it's not like 100% necessary. So yeah, wow, this is like becoming a thing. This is the third episode of Saturday Night Live. It's actually happening. Oh, and I'm seeing similar faces. Resolution Blue. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I mean, this past week has just been one gigantic blur, so I'm still trying to recover from that. I feel like I need to put my coat on for a second. Sorry, it's really cold in here. I have this whole thing where, like, when I make food and the house starts smelling like food, I don't like it smelling like food. Even if it smells like good food, I just don't like it smelling like food. So I end up like opening up the doors and the windows and I completely get all the air like swapped out, but then it becomes like a 50-degree situation in here, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So it gets really cold, but then I just max the heat. So, I mean, it's built into the rent, so I'm not like paying for more heat. So it's not something I'm too concerned about. But yeah. Oh, hey, it's Jesse, Etchy. Oh, and Claire. Oh, and oh, wow, everyone's here. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So I'm seeing so many faces. This is going to be cool. This is going to be a good chat. I'm excited. I'm excited. Yeah, I mean, I feel like more people would join if I was actually scheduling this ahead time. So like when people are on the channel, they're like, oh yeah, he's going to be doing it on Friday or Saturday. But I'm not at all marketing it at all. I just want to keep it really small for now because it's still something new. This is episode 3. It's still such a new thing. Well, actually now I feel like I'm getting a little hot. I'm very fickle when it comes to me being hot and cold. Generally, I like to be a little bit more cold than hot. Like if I had to be either hot for the rest of my life or a little bit cold for the rest of my life, I'd rather be a little bit cold. I don't know. It's the way I am. Oh my goodness. So how have you guys been? How has your week been? I haven't seen you guys in a week. I mean, you guys have been seeing us, but we pre-record a lot of that. So I haven't been able to like interact with you guys for a really long time. Except for, you know, those of you who message me on Snapchat. In that case, we've probably been talking very frequently. Or as frequently as you guys message me, because I pretty much respond to everyone who messages me. I don't know, I enjoy doing that. Claire agrees with me with the cold situation. I'm glad, because, I don't know, I think we can be cold buddies together. That's a thing. There are some people out there that just are the opposite, and that's okay too, you know. I just don't know if I could ever truly become one with them. They're always going to be a little bit distant because they prefer hot instead of cold. I don't know. You think I'm in Pittsburgh? I was in Pittsburgh actually. So, oh my goodness, what time is it? I'm really glad I set alarms for myself. What day is it? I'm fairly confident it's Saturday. It's Saturday, which means 2 days ago, I drove to Pittsburgh. Over every one of you who followed my Snapchat, you already know this, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating. But I went to Pittsburgh, flew out to Atlanta, and I was at Atlanta overnight, and I was there pretty much, I don't know, around 24 hours. And then I flew from Atlanta back to Pittsburgh, and I drove back to State College last night. So I've been a little bit drained, a little bit scatterbrained, trying to recover from all that. But, you know, before I start talking about me, because I'm boring, I don't want to talk about me. I'd rather learn about you guys. Like, how was your week? Was it good? Was it bad? I mean, are you guys on spring break? I'm technically on spring break right now. I'm, like, excited. Let's see. The Texas heat is the worst. I believe it, but I could actually go for some heat right now. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I thought, oh, I'm going to go to Atlanta, Georgia. There's going to be, like, so much, like, sun and heat, and I'm going to like it. And it was, like, 40 degrees. And I was like, come on, South. I expected things from you, and you didn't deliver. I don't know. but they had really good food. I mean, it was phenomenal. Like this company I went to interview with, they wined and dined us. Like they probably spent a few $1,000s on each person, just flying them there, giving them this insanely nice hotel, giving them these like 8-course meals. It was really amazing. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Spring break starts the first week of April for me. Oh, I think that's a thing. Yeah, I know that some people have a really late spring break. Like it starts like early April or end of the month before that, March. I'm sorry, it has been a long day. Let's see, 107, full of exams and study. I hear you. I mean, my spring break isn't going to be much of a break, to be honest. I have to stay here in State College because on Tuesday I have to drive to 2 more interviews. So that's a thing. And then after that, on Tuesday, same day, I'm going to drive back to Maryland to see my family. Just chill out with them for a little bit. But eventually on Friday, this Friday, I'm going to drive back up to Penn State and then meet up here with my friend Brian. You guys remember Brian, right? Chevy Cavalier story. He was in a lot of reactions back in J towards the end. But yeah. Oh, is Julia here? Oh, hey Julia, how's it going? It's kind of bizarre, having like a live stream and your little sister starts popping up. Like I still view you as like this bald Buddha that's like in this cradle, and I like can go up and like get your attention, and then you just like eventually fall asleep, and then you like spit up on my shirt, and I'm like, "Whoa, this is the thing!" And then now you're like doing your own thing, and you're like, I don't know, you're a commenter. It's so bizarre. I'm thinking, how can she comment? She's 3 years old. Caitlin says, good luck on those interviews. Thank you. It's nerve-wracking. I mean, I am really good at interviews in person, but phone interviews, oh, they are the worst. I'm talking to them and they ask me a question and I explain it. And when I'm done talking, it's pure silence. And I'm thinking, are they writing things down? Or are they thinking, who is this guy? And I can't figure out which. So it like psychs me out. And then this person that I was talking to with a phone interview, they were like, was there anything else you wanted to add on top of that? And I was thinking like, oh boy, did I not say enough? Did I say too much? And I was like, no, that was pretty much it. And she was like, all right, that's fine. She's like, I just needed time to write stuff down. And I'm thinking, how am I supposed to know this? There's no visual social clues. Oh man. Miss Ninjiani. I'm gonna call you Ninja. Miss Ninja was like, yo, we're in the same boat because I'm trying to get a co-op. Co-ops, yes. You have to go through like the whole legitimate interview process for internships or co-op. I had an internship and a co-op, so I feel your pain. I've been in that situation. I'm not good on the phone. I'm just gonna put that out there to you guys right now. I'm very awkward on the phone. Like, it seems like every time I start talking, they start talking, and then they stop and I stop, and I'm always like, and I know they can hear me doing that, which freaks me out even more, and I'm just like so awkward. I just want to like throw my phone and run away and just like forget that I have a phone and maybe move to Mexico for a little bit until this whole phone situation blows over. Then come back. I hate phones. In person is fine. In person is great. I don't know. Literally just emailing companies right now. The struggle is real. That's what's tough, because when you're trying to make way in the interviewing process, they call the internet the big black hole in terms of interviewing and applying, because you're no face. You're just a name on a piece of paper, and that's really it. And that's why I like career fairs, even though it can be tedious and annoying and it's a whole process. Career fairs are great because you can talk to someone and be like, yo, this is who I am, and we can have a conversation about things, and we can, talk about things that have nothing to do with the job, because we're human beings and we're not robots. And I don't know. Like, this whole interview I had with Manhattan Associates, like, they're a crazy high-end tech company. They're about as legit as it gets. They're like the Google of software for warehouse management. So I was way in over my head, but I just had to pretend and fake it until I made it, you know what I mean? And like, they didn't even know that I did not make their crazy GPA requirement to even be there. But I mean, I didn't even know they had that. All I knew was that they were at a booth at a career fair, and I went up and I hit it off with everyone there. So they gave me an interview, and I had a second interview, and I eventually flew to Atlanta to have like a a bunch more interviews, but it wasn't really until I was in Atlanta that I realized, wow, I didn't even have the requirements for this job, but I somehow made it anyway, which I feel like is the way it should be. You know, if you can excel in your career and you can have a good work ethic, that should really trump and prevail over just saying, oh yeah, I had a 4.0 in college. I don't know. But interviews are scary though. Vacant. Oh man. So Bianca, hey Josh, shout out from New Mexico. Awesome. I wish I've never been to New Mexico actually. And there's a bunch of states I haven't been to. I've been to quite a few. I would say I've probably been to around 10 to 15 states. So that's not a lot compared to 50, but I would love to be able to be to all 50 before I'm 40, to be able to actually do that. And I feel like if there's ever a time to do it, it'd be right now when I'm single, I don't have a ton of responsibilities, and I'm young and I can just go and do that. I don't know. If there's ever a time to do it, I feel like it'd be now. So that's good. Ninja, my school has a career fair on Tuesday. I should probably go then. Absolutely go. I would be so upset if you didn't go. If this is for everyone here, everyone listening, this is extremely important. If there's a career fair, you go to it no matter what. You might get nothing out of it, but you also might get something out of it. And statistically, in terms of getting an internship or getting a co-op and getting a job, one career fair that you go to is worth about 50 to 75 online applications in terms of the success rate to get a job. So it's just a numbers game, and career fairs are so much better. And what's terrible is once you graduate, once you leave high school or college and you no longer have those events that just happen and you start getting emails about them, you don't get those anymore. And all you have to do is the internet. And they say on average it takes 150 to 200 applications to get a job nowadays for a good candidate. So that's why they call internet the black hole. I don't know, it's kind of silly. Sarah, hi Josh, greetings from Germany. Whoa, all the way from Germany? What time is it even in Germany? I feel like for some of these other countries, I want to have a different stream so it's at an easier time for you guys, because it could be 4 a.m. there. I have no idea. I feel bad that you guys feel like you'd have to stay up in your time zone because I happen to do the stream in my time zone's convenient time. I don't know. But the struggle is just kind of a necessary evil at this point. And I'm just accepting it for the way it is and just playing the rules of the game and trying to come out ahead, essentially. It's kind of crazy. But you do what you got to do. Okay, let's see. George, Josh, please don't ignore my comment, please. Noted. Resolution Blue, preach. I graduated 2 years ago. 2 years ago. How's the job hunt going? Do you have a job? Do you have the job you like? These are questions that I would like to know the answers to. Hobie, apparently she is a princess now. That's good. I think there are things going on in the comments already that I'm not privy to, which is okay. So I haven't eaten since breakfast, so probably within the next 20 minutes, there's going to be a knock on my door, and it will be sushi, and I'm going to be very excited. So that's going to happen. Jamie, how'd that swanky hotel treat you? Okay, that hotel was what? When I got to Atlanta, Georgia, I'm thinking they're probably just going to put me in some I don't know, super conservative hotel that's basic, has the bare necessities, which is fine. That's most of the hotels that I go to when I ever travel or anything. But I get there. I mean, if anyone saw that on Snapchat, that was a legit hotel. It had 3 times as much room as I really needed, and just it was way too out there. But it was nice. I really enjoyed it. The dinner that night, holy cow, that was a 4-course meal. Well, 8 courses. I only ate 4 because, at that point I was completely stuffed. But it was amazing. They had all these fancy butlers and everything. The amount of money they spent on us. All right, so here's how it went. Here's how the whole process went. This company, Manhattan Associates, they're a software company. They came to Penn State. I met them at Penn State. They interviewed people at Penn State, the people that they liked, that they talked to. They interviewed about 40 people. Out of those 40 people, they ended up bringing about 5 to Atlanta, Georgia. And that was just from Penn State. They have a very rigorous outreach program to colleges. So they went to about 10 to 15 colleges. So out of around, I would say between 2,000 and 3,000 people, they brought more like 90 to interview at Manhattan Associates. And it was one of 3 waves of people. I was in the very last wave, and it was about 36 people there total. So I was there being interviewed at Manhattan Associates along with 36 other people. So we were all candidates there, all in the same boat, all interviewing for the same type of position. And it was kind of crazy because I was thinking the people that are here right now were already like the top 10% that actually made it. So I started thinking about it a little differently. It wasn't really about interviewing the best and just performing the best. At that point, I thought it was like standing out from the rest. Because everyone there was great at interviewing. That's why they were there. That's why they were chosen. Everyone there was beautiful and super, well-dressed and well-versed. And they were able to hold really great conversations with people. But I wanted to be able to stand out. So that's kind of how I decided to approach all these interviews at Atlanta, was to try to stand out from among the rest, which I feel like I did. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't know. We need a JAJ comeback. That's a seriously difficult thing to do because we're in 3 different places. But I would not be opposed to it. That is a long username. When your life involves K-pop, then K-pop becomes life. I couldn't even read the comment. It eventually went. It was a long comment. Resolution Blue. I had an internship after college and a job last year. Still looking now. So you had a job, but you no longer have a job. So now you're looking for a job. It's tough. It's not as easy as people think out there. They're thinking, oh, there's tons of jobs. The economy's doing well. Well, plot twist, the economy actually isn't doing as well as people would love to think it's doing well. It's actually doing pretty crappy. And it hasn't really recovered since the housing bubble popped at the end of 2007, early 2008. And Obama hasn't really done a whole lot of great things since then in terms of healing the economy. So regardless of what you think about the guy, separate from that, the economy hasn't done a whole lot better. So the jobs aren't out there like they think they are. And we're starting to feel the pain when we start graduating from college and realizing, wow, it's a lot tougher than I thought it would be. Claire Abbott. Josh, how about some scary stories? You promised last week. I did promise. You're right. I'm just remembering that now. I did promise, and I will. That's perfectly fine. If you stories, I'll give you guys scary stories. I gotta think about this. If you guys really want. I'm worried though because they're not like, just things that are a little bit creepy or a little strange or off. Like they're legitimate, like, whoa, what in the world just happened? I might not be able to sleep tonight, scary stories. So last time I didn't even want to tell one because I didn't really prepare anyone. I didn't plan for it. I didn't announce it, so I didn't want to freak anyone out that was trying to sleep that night. But if you guys really want to, and I did announce it last time that I would, you asked for it, and it's coming. So I guess that's just something that's going to happen now. Then I will actually tell it, and that's fine, and I'll do it. It's gonna happen. I mean, but until I get to that, I feel like I don't want to like shift gears yet, if that's fine. Out of everyone here, who feels like they had a terrible week? And I mean that not in like I had like something crazy going on. I just want to know about anyone that just didn't have a good week. And I just want to be able to like hear about it because most people have like an okay week, but like, oh, sushi. We'll get back to that. I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. Sushi. What? All right. This is what's happening. All right, so literally, this is what I need you guys to do. I need you guys to just vent about your weeks and everything that happened in your weeks and everything good, terrible, whatever. And if you guys start talking about that, I'll be able to actually eat, and I'll read everything you say. Oh, it's midterms week. Midterms are the worst. It's insane. You pulled a hamstring, Jamie? That sucks. I've done that once. It took like a little less than a month for it to get like perfectly well. It was pretty terrible. Alice says I'm hungry. I'm hungry too. I guess that's why I'm eating. I haven't eaten in about 10 hours, so I'm probably gonna eat now. Took the SAT again on Wednesday. That's a thing. I personally hated the SAT. So, yeah. Jesse says, none of the jobs I'm applying to are accepting because I have no job experience. That sucks. I thought you had a job and then you quit. I don't know. I might be forgetting something. Something about working at a pizza place? I don't know. It's a catch-22 because a lot of these people, they want experience, but for anyone starting out, they don't have experience. So for the first entry-level job, they want experience that no one's going to have. It's kind of stupid. Solid. I say solid, but you know, you guys can't see what I'm seeing, I guess. Or maybe you can if you guys are reading the comments. Jesse says yes, but it's not the experience they want. You can kind of really tailor anything into BSing it the way that they want it to be, in one way or the other. It's just, it takes a little bit of time. Oh boy, that is what? That's kind of crazy. This weird guy gave me his number at Starbucks and was being real nice, and I found out he is married with kids and he's texting me weird stuff. I don't know what to do. I'm scared. Say, get away from me now unless you want your wife to know that you're texting me. Trust me, he won't bother you after that. I have a short story due Wednesday, writing something for class. I had a pretty good week. My birthday was on Thursday. Oh, happy birthday. Oh, that looks like fun. Good. Sorry, I'm gonna miss some of your guys' comments because it's like it's getting cray-cray here in the comment section. My week was so much fun. Good. Yeah. This is gonna be a struggle. I feel like I should take a break and then eat and then come back because I don't know how it's gonna work to actually eat in front of you guys. I have to eat. I have to do it. I'm thinking about this. Should I take a break and then eat and then 10 minutes later come back? I don't want to make you guys wait, but I don't want like to force you guys to eat, but like one way or another I have to eat because like, you know, like nutrition and actually like surviving. I had to put it off until now. You know what? In the future, I'm going to like order an hour before the live stream so I won't ever have this happen again. What do you guys think though? I could just like I'll be satisfied just watching you eat. Oh my goodness, the dude is asking you where you live? Yeah, you need to like block that dude. Yes, no, it's okay, eat with us. We can converse amongst each other. Okay, if you guys are cool with it, I'm cool with it. That's completely fine with me. I'll eat if you guys don't care. Well, hey, are there any like, what do you call it? Are there any like questions you ever had for me? And then if like I read one, I'll just like, I'll take a break from eating and I'll answer. I don't know, just like any question really. I'm not picky. Oh, this is really good. It's always good. How many hours are you taking this semester? Um, I think 16. So it's like, it's a legitimate schedule, but it's not like crazy. I definitely can do it. How is your college life? Well, I just got back from Atlanta. I skipped all my classes, and now I'm eating sushi. What kind of sushi am I eating? I'm eating. I'll show you guys if you want to see. That's fine. I'm gonna like bring the camera down. So essentially, what we have here is tuna and salmon. So it's like a tuna salmon roll, and then we have eel and avocado. So like all this, which was like all that, is eel and avocado, and that's tuna and salmon. So it's pretty good. Got some wasabi, some spicy mayo, and it's pretty good. I enjoy it. What's that mukbang? Mukbang? How do you even say that? It's like the type of person that just like eats food on YouTube or something. Do you have any advice for someone who's about to have a month of makeup work to do? Well, it kind of depends on what class, but if you have that much, the sooner the better. And I guess trying to prioritize. And when I have a ton of makeup work to do, I break everything down into tasks and I just like attack it like segments at a time. But yeah. Mukbang. Mukbang, mukbang. Mukbang. My favorite is eel. That's my favorite sushi. Eel avocado is like amazing. I'm a huge fan. It's morning here in Saudi Arabia, and today off. I'm off, so it's their day off, and I don't have college. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because like they have like a different weekend, I think, than we do. Jimin. I'm probably the only vegetarian in this chat. So are you like vegetarian for health reasons, or like because you like don't like eating animals, or maybe a little bit of both? I don't know. If a vegetarian also does CrossFit, which one do they talk about first? It's a good question. Probably CrossFit. I knew a vegetarian CrossFit once. Cool dude. Gashly Crumb Tiny? I'm gonna have to call you Tiny. Spring break from college starts today for me. Oh, really? That's kind of cool. That's the same thing for me. So it looks like you and I have like the same spring break schedule. Not everyone does. Like they seem to like really have different ones depending on the college and everything. Let's see. Schwoll Dreamer? How did you learn to use chopsticks? I didn't. I don't think I'm even doing it right. I just kind of like do it the way I think it should be done, and I just kind of do that. Oh, that is graphic. Okay. I'm a vegetarian too, except it's for religious reasons. Is so which religion is it that I think I know of a couple, but like which one Which religion is yours that you can't eat meat? Is what I'm asking. Camila. Greetings from Chile. I always wanted to go to Chile. Chile looks so chill. Believe in me. What are you eating? Sorry if you already told us. I'm eating salmon and tuna sushi and eel and avocado sushi. Claire says, I guess there's no way to properly use chopsticks. Just do whatever works for you. Hey, that sounds good to me. That's what kind of what I've been doing. That works. Sikhism. Gotcha. Okay, so Hinduism, you also can't. No beef. Well, yeah, Hinduism with no beef. That makes sense. I never know how to say your username. Gionshi? I mean, it's tough. I wish you could just use your name because then, like, I feel like I actually would have a shot. But maybe I wouldn't. Maybe it'd be even tougher. Say Mel isn't going to be here. Give her a shout out. Oh. Well, shout out to Mel. I hope you can make the next one. She probably has work or something. I'm assuming. Which is normal. That's fine. Good for her for having a job. Which Korean artist do you really want to see in concert? I would really want to see Royal Pirates, MFBTY, Epic High. I've seen them, but I'd want to see them again. I'd want to see Mamamoo, 4 Minute. It's a good question. It's tough to think of all of them at the top of my head, but like when I start going through, like just scrolling through my reaction list, I'd be like, oh yeah, like that was amazing. I would totally see them live. Ooh. Oh hyuk. Oh, I say that wrong. Oh hyuk. It's oh hyuk, I think. I say it like a total white American person who doesn't say it right. I know that because there was this person who knew me from YouTube who was like, hey, I go to Penn State too, we should grab coffee. And I was like, sweet. So we went and grabbed coffee together at Starbucks one time just to hang out like a couple weeks ago. And they were asking me what my favorite artist was. And I just named a couple of them. They were like, oh, you're not saying it right. And she was Korean, so she told me the right way to say it. Rina? Paula De Luna, this first time to the live stream. Give me a shout out. Well, shout out to you. Welcome to the first live stream. It's gonna be awesome. JJY Band. Why does that sound familiar? I feel like I might have already seen that, right? The way you hold chopsticks, LOL. Aw. Why is this like not the right way? I know some people like do like the whatever you do. I don't even know how that's efficient. It just makes sense, you know, you have 2 pieces of wood and you just like pinch stuff and put it in your face. If there's a better way to do it, I'd do it. I just don't know of a better way to do it. Resolution Blue. Ooh, coffee date. I mean, it was just someone who had messaged me and was like, yo, I'm in Penn State, we should grab coffee. So I did. Because despite what you guys may think, I don't know a whole lot of people here in real life. Like, I know all of you guys, But in terms of like actually being able to go somewhere and, just have a normal conversation face to face with a human being, not a whole lot of people here. My friends all graduated last year. I stuck around. What are you dipping the sushi in? Spicy mayo. It's actually really good. I'm like a big fan of spicy mayo. I don't have to have spicy mayo, but I prefer spicy mayo. Eel sauce is amazing too. Steph says, I hope KCON comes back to New York and New Jersey again. I heard that was last year. Like, I remember reading about that was a thing that was happening in, like, the New York, New Jersey area. I heard this year it's going to be in LA? Am I right? Like, where's KCON going to be this year? Is it an every year thing? Spicy mayo. Did I say mustard? I meant to say spicy mayo. Is what I'm dripping the sushi into. But whatever. But I actually do want to go to KCON because I haven't gone yet, and I know a whole lot of people who do go, and they've told me I should go. So I'm probably going to go this year. Yeah, John went to KCON last year. It looked like fun. It looked like a good time. I just hadn't heard about it. I didn't know anything about it. I was still a total noob to like everything at that point last year. But now that I know like a whole lot more about it, and I know like people who have gone and people have told me about it, I'm like, yeah, okay, I definitely do want to go. I just need to know where it is and when it is. And I'll go. I'll definitely go at that point. KCON is usually in LA every year since it started. Okay, that makes sense. Well, good. Yeah, that should be fun. Upload a face cam when you go to KCON. That's a good idea. I should like vlog that whole thing. That'd be fun. I wish you could like vlog like portably, like out, not like here where I'm like hardwired to my Wi-Fi, but I wish you could like live vlog anywhere. That'd be pretty cool. But I just don't think you can do that. Maybe you can. Periscope, but then it would go through your data. So it would like sap your data like crazy, which would, no one would like to do. I'm just enjoying the comments. Like, apparently something's happening with Hobie and everyone's getting, like, freaked out and telling her to calm down. And I don't even know what's happening at this point. It's just kind of funny to read this. Guys, ask him for scary stuff. You can ask me yourself. I wouldn't mind if you ask me yourself. Unless you don't want that responsibility. Which is fine. I can understand that. And yeah, I'm totally going to do a scary story. It's been a while since I've like been able to talk to some of my friends back home. I'm starting to think of stories from like back home. Even back in high school days. I have a lot of stories with Brian. I've known Brian longer than I've known Akbar and Rob really combined. He's been my best friend since like sophomore year of high school. I should give Brian a call. I don't know. I don't want to just like bother him out of the blue, but I mean, it'd be a lot of fun. Maybe he's available, maybe he's not. Should I call him? Should I just like enter his life and be like, yo, I'm just gonna call you and just call him? Or I could just not. If we're just having a good time right now, I can respect that. But if you guys don't care, I'll totally hit up Brian right now. He's probably busy. He's a busy dude. Let's see. Shy Persian 15. Have you eaten Persian food? Have you tried Korean food? I don't think I've had Persian food. I think I have had Korean food. I definitely have had Korean food multiple times. Josh, tell Hobie to stop throwing rocks. She's throwing rocks? Jen, who's Brian? Mimsy, I'm Brian. No, you're not, silly goose. Boy, this chat is getting away from me. People are saying that they don't know who Brian is. Basically, Brian is like a dude from back home that I was friends with back in high school. Still very close with. Believe in Me says call him. Do it. Okay. Well, I mean, if you guys don't care, sounds pretty good to me. I'll go ahead and call him. Before I call him, I like super duper have to pee. I've had to pee this whole time. I just haven't told you guys. I just, is it okay if I like go pee first? I really want to pee. I just don't want to like bail on you guys because I feel like I've already semi-bailed while I'm eating food. Well, Alice said to go pee. So, thank you, Alice. I'm going to just understand that you had said that to me and just go do it. BRB. Hello, I'm back. So I was just thinking while I was in there, I was like, what if someone like jumps on the live stream while I'm gone? They're just gonna be like, wow, this is it. This is just the live stream. This is nothing. It's the couch. That's all it is. Yeah, like woo, what a sexy couch. It's so funny. Did this even come with a spoon? It didn't come with a spoon, but it came with the soup. How do I eat the soup without the spoon? Like, what were they thinking? I'm gonna have to go get a spoon. I'm gonna call Brian. Boop. He's probably not going to answer. He's a pretty busy dude.
Domino Pizza.
Domino Pizza? Yes, I would like to order an extra large with double how are you answering your phone because you're busy, and with a side of, is this really Brian?
It depends.
It depends on what.
Yes.
So how you been, Brian? I haven't talked to you in a really long time. How you been?
I know, man. It's been way too long.
It has.
I've been great, though. I've just been, obviously missing you.
Well, hey, thank you.
So is that.
That's legitimate. How's the woman? How's the girl? How's the broad?
All three of them are the same person, and for that reason alone, she's great.
Good. That's good to hear. That's good to know. I mean, you guys are like basically married at this point, right?
Yes, basically we are. It's only another year and a half that I have left in my current college status. So after that, I'll be, I'll have put a ring on it, if you will.
You've put a ring on it.
Yeah. Well, an engagement ring. I put the engagement ring, but eventually she'll put the wedding ring.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's so many rings involved. It's like
quite a few. Quite a few.
The yeah. I feel like an Audi because of all the rings.
So hey, I should probably let you know that I'm live streaming right now.
You're live streaming right now?
Right now.
Ooh, hey everybody.
So people are saying hi to you. Tell everyone how long you've been dating Emily.
So, I've been dating Emily, my current fiance, for 10 years, and today is actually 10 years and 3 months, actually.
What? You guys have your month anniversary on the 5th?
The 5th. It happened on December 5th.
That is something else. 10 years. You've been dating her for a decade.
Check that out.
That's amazing. So, right. I don't know, like people started talking about I don't know, a bunch of scary stories and wanting me to tell one of them. And I started like reminiscing of like in my past, and I was thinking before these guys even knew I existed, I was like back in high school. And I was thinking, who did I know from high school? And I was thinking, oh man, like Brian and Alex. And I was like, I should definitely call Brian and just hit him up.
Dude, high school was one of those times where it was like when you think about it at first, you're like, wow, that was really uneventful. But then when you go back and start thinking about like the specifics, then you're like, man, like there's some stuff that I've forgotten about that's actually really important.
Yeah, there's a lot of, it's a legitimate situation, high school.
So it's like, what do you do but reminisce?
But yeah, seriously though, so like, for those that don't know, how old are you, Brian, right now?
How old am I?
How old are you?
I am 22 years old. I'll be 23 in a couple weeks.
23 in a couple weeks. All right, your birthday's coming up.
Yes, it is.
So, tell me the story of your relationship with Emily, like how you met her and stuff, because people are asking at this point.
Oh, okay. So, I met Emily when I was 12 years old.
Sorry.
Well, that's not when I met Emily. That's just when we actually started talking. Like, I first saw Emily when we were in 2nd grade.
Whoa.
So,
dang.
Yeah, it was crazy because I remember one of the first times I saw her when we were in 2nd grade, and I went into her classroom because we were in separate 2nd grade classes.
Wow.
But I remember seeing her, and then like nothing happened for like 4.5 years. And then 6th grade, I was actually kind of like dating sort of like her best friend.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that. So I was kind of like, to her, I was like, I'm not feeling it anymore. Let me just move on to your best friend. So Emily comes into the picture, and I'm like, Emily, so while I'm still with the other girl, I'm talking to Emily, since I'm getting closer to her because she's a friend, I'm talking to her more, and we're having conversations. Like, I would call her on the phone, like, almost every night, and we weren't even, like, I was with her best friend at the time.
Makes sense.
So it was like, Emily and I were the ones having conversations. I wasn't even talking to the other girl. So, I knew there was something going on. So I was just like, Kelsey, the other girl, it's just, this isn't working out because I want to be with Emily. Like, she's who I'm emotionally attached to.
Oh, man, you told her that?
Yeah. Dude, at 12 years old, I was already, like, turning women, like, down. But
dude, you player.
It was terrible, man.
You were telling people at 12 years old that, hey, I'm feeling more emotionally involved with another woman.
Right? Isn't that just, like, crass of me to do?
Very crass. It is.
So, there's that. And then 12 years old, I was like, so, Emily, do you want to be with me? And she was like, well, I don't know. Let me think about it. And then, like, a week later, she was like, yes.
Oh, hey. Well, that's good. That's, you know.
It was fun.
So,
So, for a long time, I would only see her, like, in the hallways at school, like, in the lockers and stuff. We would just be like, we're in middle school. And then we went to different high schools. So then we would only, for a good long time, we would only see each other, like, once a week.
but you're still officially dating.
Yeah. We're still dating because, you know, those are the only people that were with each other. So, it was a little tough, but we got through it. I don't know, like, I saw some people in the chat asking, like, what's the secret? So it's like the secret to a long relationship. I mean, really, the secret to a long relationship is actually caring, loving, and putting the other person before yourself. Is really, that's got to be my secret, if you will.
Interesting.
But, you know, I mean, it lasted through thick and thin, and things have been bad and things have been good, but a lot more times it's been good than bad.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean?
I
So
do.
there's that.
Good. So now I guess, you know, where are you guys now then? What's the situation on now?
So we've been engaged for about a year and a half. I think it was August 2014 when I popped the old ring onto the finger.
Okay, very good.
So it's been like that, and then we knew it was kind of going to be a long engagement until we got out of school. So once we get out of school, it will be a couple months where we're working and saving up some dough, and then, you know what I mean?
I do.
And then it's marriage time. We're going to get married and stuff.
Yeah, you are.
Darn right.
Dang, dude, that's exciting stuff. Those are exciting times. Now is kind of the crux of when things are like about to happen.
Absolutely.
No, that makes sense. Well, hey man, you know, you've been dating for 10 years, engaged for a long time, and you're ready to get married, and I'm just like so many versions of single right now. Like the only female contact I get anymore is from my barber Helga.
There's no way her name is Helga.
I go there to Helga because I'm thinking maybe I'll just get a brush of boob against my arm, and that's about as good as it gets for Jack. Helga, I mean, yeah, she's 83, but she used to be a fox back in the day in Germany.
Oh my god.
I'm half German. A lot of people don't know that.
83?
Dude, she cuts hair very well. Not her own hair, but other people's hair.
Oh my goodness.
She is a dame. Okay?
Dame? Oh, out of 10 what is she? 1 through 10.
Dude, she's a California dime. You just need to like...
Oh.
You just need to... You know what? You know, when you see someone before and after, like, okay, this is them in college, this is them when they're 83, you just have to, like, look at her like, oh, that's what she would have been like. Just, you have to do that.
Oh my gosh.
So, dude, I've just been reminiscing about high school. You remember the lunch group we used to have at lunch?
Dude, absolutely. We had at least me and you, because that's the first part of the group.
Yep.
Then we had Fetter. I would sit in the middle of this like booth thing.
Yeah.
So on my right would be Matthew Wagner eating a banana.
Yeah, he always ate those. Yeah.
And on my left would be Fetter eating a tractor or something.
Mm-hmm.
And across from me, either to the middle or to my right against the wall, would be Josh Binder.
Yes, I was there. That's true.
I knew you would be against the wall because you would constantly move your chair back and forth, and it would carve into the wall.
I left physical marks on that building forever.
Physical marks.
Oh, man. That was wild, dude. Remember? Oh, it's just crazy because I feel like some people you would see that just like you had never seen before, and they would just like kind of come and go.
There was certain people that would like sit there one day and then wouldn't be there anymore. And then there was some people who kind of came in the middle of the year. You had people like who was like Luke Eastman. He was kind of weird.
Yeah.
People like who else? Who's another good one?
You guys, you remember Danford?
Danford? Oh my gosh.
Danford. Oh my, dude, tell to all the audience here that don't know Danford, tell them about Danford.
So Danford was this like, he was just this like goofy guy that it was like whenever he would walk around school, he would always have this like goofy, creepy smile on his face, like wherever he went at all times. And whenever you were talking to him, he would look at you smiling, and then he would like nod and laugh, like even if you were telling him bad news. Like,
It was
he would
creepy.
just smile at you.
It was creepy.
So there was I don't even remember when he came like to our school. I just remember seeing him one day.
Yeah,
So,
I actually don't remember him really showing up. I just remember saying like I've never seen that guy before.
yeah,
Yeah.
Dan.
Well, didn't he say like his dad was in like the military or something?
Yeah, once I started talking to him, he said at lunch a couple more times and was smiling and everything. And we got to talking one time. He was telling me that his dad was in the military, so he moved around a lot. Like, he had been to a bunch of different countries, he told me. He never told me which one or, like, which other schools he went to, but he definitely told me that he had been around and that this was, like, probably the 6th or 7th high school that he'd been to. And I'm like, dude, it's like sophomore year. How can you possibly have so many, like high schools that you've already been to? And then he just wouldn't answer me. He would just look at me and laugh like it was some sort of like not even a reality to him because he had just gotten so used to it, I guess.
Yeah, I remember that.
But there was always people who would come and go. Let's see. I feel like this one girl. Her name was. Do you remember Kate? That came in. She also came in sophomore year. She came in kind of like the middle of the year, and she left even before sophomore year.
Yes, I do remember that. Yeah.
So there was Kate. She came in and she was kind of like a non-factor, but you knew she was there, and then she left early, and you're kind of like, what? Well, like, what's going on? Did you like not? Is high school not for you? Like again?
Dude, you're like reminding me of so many things now that you're talking about Danford again. Like,
yeah,
he did talk. I mean, when someone would ask him, he did mention that his dad was in the military and that he would move around. But he didn't really ever give any specifics. He was very general with people.
Who, Danford?
Yeah, Danford.
Yeah, he was like that a lot of the times. He was a little off.
He was a little off. Like I couldn't ever place it. It was kind of just it threw you off the fact that like no matter what was really being talked about, what was being said at the time, he kind of would just like do this like steady nod and then have that creepy smile.
Yeah.
I never really knew what was going on like in his head.
And he always knew what we were talking about.
Yeah, that's another thing. Danford always knew what it is that we were talking about, even if he wasn't really there. Just for example, remember that one time when we went to lunch and we were just done talking about watching The Hangover together? Like the night before we had this, okay, so just to explain to everyone, we had this group chat going on and we had just watched The Hangover with all of our friends except for Danford wasn't there. And we had this inside joke and I kept making the same joke talking about this dude Chip and how he reminded us of one of the characters in the show. And I would say,
Carlos.
Yeah, and I was like, Chip is totally Carlos right now. And then everyone would laugh. And then when I said that at lunch, Danford came by and he just sat down and we're like, oh, hey, Danford, how's it going? And he was like, good. And he put on his like, his smile. And then I made the same joke talking about Chip being Carlos. And then Danford laughed, and he's like, yeah, that made me laugh when you said it last time. And
Yeah, that was because we were like, what?
that was strange because it was the first time he would have heard about it, but it's like he somehow always knew what it is we were talking about when he wasn't there. And
Yeah.
it's like he never really made many emotions. You know, it would really just be either completely straight-faced while he's just walking around, or when he sees you, it would be the smile.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a whole lot more than that.
There wasn't a whole lot more to the guy, but there was that other time that...
Oh my goodness, yeah. Yeah, it's...
when we were at the farm.
So basically, this is what happened, guys. I would say it was a few months after that, Danford had he started coming by to our table more often. Not always. He wasn't always at school. We didn't know why.
Right.
You know, he said his dad would drop him off, but we have literally never seen him getting dropped off. He was just either at school or wasn't at school. Or get picked up for that matter. Anyway, so like we had the group chat and we decided one Friday night, we're like, hey, why don't we go to Kinder Farm? Why don't we go there, just hang out? We can like, I don't know, have a bonfire and, you know, have stories around the fire, just chill, just have a good time. So, what's that?
Sutter had the hookup. He worked there, so it was
yeah,
like,
our friend worked
we wanted
here.
to go.
Our friend worked at the farm, so like he had known like everywhere you can go. So we said, all right, cool, let's meet up there. So we all like made plans to like meet up there that night. And just when it started getting dark outside Friday night, we all met there. And we all drove there. And it's a drive, you know, you need a car to get there. We eventually, you know, there's one spot where you have to go off-road. We get there, we're kind of like in this parking lot / wooded area. And when we get there, we all get out of our cars, we're saying hi to each other. And then we hear something, we look over, and we realize Dan's walking over, Danford. And that was probably the creepiest part. Danford just came out of nowhere. He just walked over with his smile on his face. He was like, hey guys, how's it going?
It was like someone who had just gone to the bathroom at a party and then just like was walking back like no, like it was cool, like he had been there the whole time.
Exactly. That's like a good way of describing it. It's almost like you're at a party and a friend just goes to the bathroom, he comes back, he's like, hey guys, what did I miss? But we had just gotten there. You really needed a car to get there, and he didn't know about it.
Right.
But he was there anyway.
Like, again, this was in the same group chat that we were talking about. You know, he was never... I don't even know if he had a phone.
I never saw him. I mean, I'm sure... I mean, he had to have had a phone. I just never saw him using it. He wasn't a guy to text, you know?
Yeah.
It was really weird.
He sure did. He sure did like those woods, though.
Yeah, he just seemed like completely at home there. But he just walked over, and it was kind of like a little off-putting, because like we all kind of like were thinking... We didn't want to say, like, get out of here, like, what are you doing here? Because we, you know, he still can't... He was still, like, part of our group because he would come by for lunch. None of us really knew him. But he would still come by for lunch, so we wanted to be like, oh, hey, what's going on? You know, like, what are you doing here? And he was like, hey, man, just hanging out. What about you guys? And
basically, he was just like, and like, in so many words, he was saying, like, I heard about your party, so here I am.
Basically, yeah, man, I heard you're going, you know, this is going down. It came by. And we just...
So where did you hear it from?
Exactly. We had no clue. And so we're just, like, kind of trying to go with it, trying to not make it feel weird, because, you know, we're just trying to hang out, have a good time. It's not...
Yeah.
It kind of just threw us off. But we decided to go with it anyway. We go with it anyway. We're just hanging out. And it was fine after that for the most part.
Yeah, we made a sweet, like, huge bonfire, and I remember you were, like, jumping over it when it was at its, like, highest peak.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
Kind of, like, freaking out.
I would just do stupid stuff like that. I don't know why. Like, I couldn't sit still. Like, okay, so we made this huge bonfire, and, like, we sweep stuff away so it's safe, and we have these rocks that we're sitting on around it. We're basically just chilling and hanging out. And I was always, like, running and, like, trying to jump over it, and it would get bigger, and I try to do it again. But basically, I don't know. It was fun. We were having a good time. We were kind of all like going around a circle, just like just like talking about stories, just like asking each other questions like, hey, you know, how's this going with you? Or like, you know, I don't know, what's going on with you in this? And we would just like have a good time.
Yeah.
Um,
We
I'm
could talk about whatever too. It wasn't always like, it wasn't always like school or whatever. We would just talk about, like kind of like life. Like we would just go around, and at times it would be like, joking around and fun. But then other times we would just kind of like, it would turn into like a deep bro sesh. You know what I mean?
Yeah, things would
Like,
get deep quick. Like we would start really talking about deep things.
hmm
Yeah. Oh, dude. Oh my goodness. Remember when Alex brought up to Danford about family?
dude.
Dude, we should tell people about that. Like that was like one of the biggest things. That kind of like freaked me
That
out.
moment, that moment was no joke.
That was really freaky, dude. Like I'm not gonna lie.
That was something that I had never seen before, like outside of like a movie screen.
Yeah. No, for real
But
though.
but it was just crazy because we were all going around, just individually. People were asking, like, just kind of getting deep because we were all friends.
Yeah.
Like, except, Danford was just kind of, he was one of those people who's like just always there hanging out. But everybody else kind of knew, like, generally about each other, like what was like the status and what was going on.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about like, what's your family up to?
Yeah.
So we were getting to the point where it was kind of like, I forget, I think it was Alex who might have asked you about like your brothers and sisters, and you were telling them like that you have 2 brothers and 2 sisters, correct?
Right, right.
So there's that, and then you just kind of like explained a little bit about each of them, and everybody was kind of like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then they asked me, and I said, I have a half brother, so I don't really see him much, but whatever. And then it kind of moved over. Nobody was saying anything. People were just kind of looking around, like chuckling a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I think Alex kind of went over to. He kind of asked Danford, I think, didn't he, for this?
Yeah, that's when it
It
happened.
was like it was the same question.
Basically, Alex was just like, "Yo, so like, what about you, Danford? What about your family? Like, how do you have any family?"
Yeah, dude. And then Danford had this moment.
That was freaky. I don't even know what happened with that. No idea.
He just, like, he went from smiling, he just kind of, like, slowly went to his straight face, and he was, like, looking directly into the fire for just the longest time. And then Fetter, he was like, yeah, like, Danford, like, what's going on? Like, how's your family? And then it looked like his eyes were getting wider, and he was just, like, still looking into the fire, like, intently, and we were like, what's going on?
That
Like, is
freaked
everything okay?
me out, dude. That freaked me out because this whole time Danford was just all smiles, just like all smiling to everyone, like, yeah. And they're just like agreeing with people. And then the second they mention family or siblings, he just stops, looks into the fire, and just starts like staring. It was so
weird.
freaky. And I feel like you and I could tell that he was not himself at that point. Like you and I.
Yeah, but Fetter didn't care.
Federer is one of those people, he doesn't really pick up on social cues. He kind of is like, he'll just start saying things and he'll start, like, I don't know what it is, but.
He just, oblivious, there's the word.
So he started prodding, really. He started continuously asking Danford, like, what is it? Like, do you have family? Do you have siblings? What's going on? Siblings? Like, do you have a brother? Do you have a sister? Do you have 2 sisters? And he started, like, continuously following up and asking questions about Danford. And Danford continuously, I could tell it was irking him, like, it bothered him. Like, I didn't know how much, but it was clearly upsetting him. Well, clear enough for you and I to see. I know we've talked.
He wasn't really, there was no reaction besides, like, looking deeper and deeper into the fire with this, like, look on his eye of just, like, I don't know, like, just not even anger so much as, like, just bewilderment, I guess. I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know what that was either. But basically, that's when it happened. We had never seen him.
Just go off.
He completely went off. basically, was his reaction after a while. It's like he couldn't take any more.
Oh my gosh.
What did he say?
It was like it was the moment where he just kind of was like, that is enough.
Yeah.
But when he like let out this scream, and it was like he said, you just weren't expecting to hear that. It was just the scream of, after like he had heard so much for so long and he just couldn't take it anymore, and he just screamed and said, I didn't mean to do it.
And what in the world does that?
Everybody was silent.
That made everyone just go pitch silent. Like, you could just hear everything in the woods at that point. No one was saying anything. It was like he was being prodded and prodded with this question about family and his siblings until eventually he just snapped. And for some reason his mind went somewhere. It went somewhere that wasn't there. And he just screamed like, I didn't mean to do it.
That resonates with me, man.
Dude, that freaking gave me chills. Like, what in the world does that even...
I have chills right now.
Like, what does that mean?
Dude, I don't know. I mean, the next part was probably just as creepy. I mean, the dude just, like, gets up.
Yeah.
Straight up, like, gets up off his rock and just, like, without saying anything to anybody, just walks slowly back into the woods.
Dude, that was freaky because, first of all, he kind of just came out of nowhere. He came over completely out of nowhere, when we first got there. And so that's already in the back of my mind. And when he just snapped and, like, yelled that, like, we all got completely quiet. We all were, like, looking at each other. We had no clue what to say or do. And then he just gets up. He's no longer smiling. And he just turns and walks just calmly into the woods. Just a direct line right into the woods. Like, these aren't woods you mess with. These aren't just like woods where eventually you go to the next neighborhood. These are woods where it's miles deep. And I don't even know what's back there.
No idea.
So he's gone. Like, gone with a capital G. And the rest of us there are just trying to process why this is happening or what went wrong or who this guy Danford really even is at this point, because we're getting a little creeped out.
Because at first he was just, the guy at school who had done, he didn't do anything wrong, but he didn't do anything right. It was kind of like he was one of those people that was just kind of there at lunchtime, didn't really have any classes with him. He would get in on some of the jokes, but other times, he wouldn't really get it. But then there was never really any sort of, like, outlandish experience until that night. And it was just, like, after we went into the woods, it was just kind of like that for a long time. We were just sitting there looking at each other like, did that really just happen? It's like what is really going on right now? But I think, Feder was just kind of like, Feder didn't even seem fazed.
No, he didn't.
Feder was like, this is just, he thought it was, he's like, well, that was weird, like, let's party. And he just kept going with, like, on party mode. So eventually we just kind of like, we knew it was weird. Like, we knew something wasn't exactly right going on. But we were just kind of like, let's not think too much about it. Let's just, go on with what's going on. So we were hanging out for another, probably like 15, 20 minutes, and everything, everybody else acted like everything was kind of fine. And then we started hearing, I think we started hearing noises about that time.
That was eventually when we started hearing it, absolutely. It wasn't until a bit later. I'm reading the comments here. I'm reading every comment. And then they're like, some guy Danford-esque came on and said that he was Danford. And it's funny, but for those of us who actually know Danford, he would never have a YouTube account. That's not the guy.
Never.
Not in a million years.
He doesn't even have a computer.
No, and that's what he would tell us, that he's like, no, guys, I don't have a computer to him. And like we thought he was joking, but after a while we're like realizing he's serious. But that was like weeks before this even happened.
Right.
Anyway, so like you were saying, like eventually things started getting a little bit creepy. Like, I'm not one to get creeped out in the woods because I like really like the woods a lot, but I could like kind of get this feeling like things were sounding weird. Like I wasn't hearing nature sounds at that point. It just sounded strange.
I'm a little bit more easily creeped out, so I think I probably didn't help when I was like,
I remember
God,
that.
did you hear that?
You were the first because I feel like you're hypersensitive to the woods. I kind of start tuning things out of the woods, but like you started asking immediately, like, Josh, did you hear that? Like, what was that? And I was trying to just like saying, no, it's nothing. And then after a while, like when you would ask me that, I'd be like, I didn't want to say like, no, that was really weird because I didn't want to freak anyone out. But that's what I was thinking was like, it's starting to feel weird out here. This scene is getting a little bit odd.
Yeah.
It was just, everything felt really off and eerie. You know, because like at that point we were trying to hang out and like check things out and walk around, but we didn't even know where Danford was. This whole weird scene just happened, and we're just trying to figure things out.
Yeah. I mean, the worst part was really the noises, because I'm kind of like easily freaked out, especially if we're somewhere near the woods and it's like dark outside. Yeah, we had the fire. But when you're hearing stuff that doesn't sound like exactly normal, you get this kind of like uneasy feeling inside. So I just kind of like had the feeling that we needed to kind of go. I was like, now's probably the time where we go.
Yeah, no joke though. Like I also felt the same way.
Yeah.
I mean, the other guys, I still wanted to check things out because it was the first time I was there, and there were some area, like I wanted to check out all the different barns and whatnot, just because that was something I wanted to do. I mean, it's just like I wanted to go there and check those things out because I had never been there. But Feder obviously worked there, so he had been there all the time, and he wanted to go immediately. So
yeah,
I don't know. You remember when he left with the other guy?
Who, Feder?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just kind of left because he had like this big old truck. So like when I heard that, when they all got in the truck and they left, that was like a little bit calming, because it was kind of like I was hearing that noise. So I'm like not trying to be paranoid anymore. So everything was cool, as after they left. But then, once they were far enough gone and we were just chilling there, and we were like, what was it? It was like it wasn't a trailer, but it was like a shed or something that had like all these like old tractors in it.
Yeah, they weren't really tractors that worked, and I feel like a lot of them, they were kind of like just the guts of the tractors laying around, Sort of like a tractor graveyard. There was just parts everywhere, but there was a couple that looked like they were possibly whole.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was pretty chill, so I wanted to go check that out, but it was like pretty deep in the woods.
Yeah, it was.
And I know that you really, really didn't want to go out there.
You're very right about that. You kind of had to like drag me along as I was telling you that we should have turned back at like every step.
But I thought it wouldn't be a problem. I thought that we were relatively okay and that things weren't getting too weird yet.
Right.
I don't know. It was probably me just trying to be too much of a manly type of person, because I was honestly still a little freaked out.
Were you really?
I was, like, ever since that campfire scene when he like had that outburst and just went into the woods, that kind of messed with me, because I'm thinking like, where did he go and how did he even get there in the first place? And it started making me like question things, and my mind just started like going to dark places. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was not a good idea going out there after that. I know that now.
I don't even remember the tractors that you're talking about. Like, I remember the fact that there was a tractor in this little like house of tractors, like how you were describing. Some of them were not fully put together or whatever, or some of them were, because at this point I'm kind of like dazed. So it's like,
yeah,
when am I going to be going home? Because this is a freaky situation. And, at this point, the campfire, like, we can still, like, barely see it, but it seems like it's dwindling down. So, like, nobody's out there, like, prodding it or putting any sort of wood on it or anything.
The fire is almost completely dead at this point, and that was really our only light.
Yeah.
So, it's basically just glowing coals. Everything is super dark and just really silhouettes everywhere.
Not good.
I mean, there was a pretty decent moon out, So there was at least that like once your eyes did adjust, you could start seeing things a little clearly, like a lot more clearly, but we weren't really at
Yeah.
that point. But
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah, we had gotten to the shed, and I know why you don't remember it. We didn't really go inside too much because once I started opening up the shed door, that's when I feel like I really started hearing things in the woods. And I don't know, to this day, I don't know whether or not I heard something, but it like, if you were to ask me right now, I would tell you that I did. Um, and that kind of freaked me out to the point where I was like, you know what, this isn't worth it. We can come back when it's actually light out. We can come back when things don't get freaky and we can actually like
Yep.
enjoy this. So
Yeah.
at that point I was like, hey man, do you want to go back now? And you were like, of course. And I was like, okay, well, let's go. And so
Yeah, I was like, let's please definitely go back.
we decided to actually start heading back to our cars. Well, we had both come in the same car, you and I, so it was just heading back to my car at this point. My car was
Yep.
really the only car in the whole parking lot. I'd say that, like,
Yeah.
how far away do you think we were? It felt like we were, like, maybe 2 football fields away.
Yeah, I was going to say 200 yards.
So we're a pretty good walk through the woods in the dark, away from our
And
cars.
it's all, there's like, you know how they have like street lights above parking lots?
Yeah.
Like, where was the street light above this parking lot?
Dude, there weren't streetlights. It was a farm parking lot.
It was terrible.
It was like literally all you had was the moon illuminating everything. So once you were in the dark for a really long time and your eyes adjust, then you can kind of start seeing things. But
That was when it started to get weird.
that's when we started hearing weird sounds. They weren't animals. I don't know if they were trees. It was getting really windy at that point. We weren't getting weather, but it was getting really windy. Thank goodness it was at least clear out so we could see using the moon a little bit.
There was like sticks cracking like way too close where if we turned around and it was an animal or something that we would have seen it.
It's the worst time at night when it's so windy because at that point things are falling out of trees and like, hitting around you. And really anyone could have been like stalking you and it'd be tough to pinpoint them because of everything going around. So
Yeah.
not that we were being stalked, but like that's what started going through my mind. Like I just felt so vulnerable out there.
Absolutely.
So we start picking up our pace, trying not to act freaked out, and we start walking through these woods in the dark, and just start picking up our pace even more. And we're hearing these sounds everywhere, and it's starting to freak us out. It starts getting more intense, and we start booking it even more. And we realize we're more than halfway there. And I mean, you said you saw something which freaked me out. You said I see someone.
Yeah, it wasn't something, it was someone. Dude, to this day, I will attest that there was someone that I saw. And I know that we were more than 2 football fields away. Now that I think about running, how fast and how far we had to run, it was way more than 200 yards.
I mean, it had to been, dude. It felt like this bad dream where you never really got there. You just kept running in the woods.
And then there was that daggone stump.
Oh the stump. Oh, they don't even know about this part of the story. Eventually, when Brian sees what Brian saw, which I never saw it, I'm just going by what you said.
Dude, it was a person. I'm swearing to you right now.
Eventually, right after that, I realized he wasn't running next to me, and I looked behind myself, and I realized that Brian was on the ground, which freaked me out. But you're so wanting to get to the goal, and then you're realizing you have to go back now. You have to go.
I can't even imagine what was running through your mind at that point, because me, I'm like, ow, my foot really hurts. But then I'm like, where's that person that I just saw? Like, obviously I still see you because you look familiar, but then there was this silhouette that was running across my eyesight but is now gone. So as I'm laying on the ground, I'm freaking out.
Yeah, dude, I mean, you tripped. You legitimately tripped on the ground. So I'm thinking, okay, Brian's dead. Like, I just need to cut my losses and I need to continue.
Yeah.
And I'll tell your story. But I'm like, no, obviously I got to go back and help my friends. So I go back. And this is probably the scariest moment because that's when it's just like that's when I felt like something was about to happen. Like as soon as I went back to get you and help you up, like that's when because you were terrified. I could tell you had just like witnessed something, and you were even more scared than before.
I didn't want to scream. I didn't want to make any noises. I didn't want them to find me.
You had this terrified look on your face, and I was like, man, I just need to go get you. And like I was trying to help you up, and it's almost like you were out of it, like you were really distracted.
Dude, you're not telling me anything I don't know, man.
So I remember trying to like go forward and grab you and like guide you forward, but you wouldn't turn around. You kept looking behind, and you were like, you didn't want to take your eyes off of whatever it is you just saw. And so, anyway, I know that eventually we had made it. Eventually, we started getting to the parking lot. And I don't know, we were a good 30, 40, 50 feet away from the car, remember? We were like...
Yeah.
And that made me feel so much better. And that's like the freakiest part at the end of the story when you're getting to the end where there could possibly be safety. But
we finally got back to the car.
I see the car as like, okay, obviously that was fine. I was freaking out for no reason. Everything's going to be okay. I have no clue what just happened. I don't know what just scared the crap out of my best friend. I don't know what in the world those noises were that I heard or what in the world happened to that campfire. But all I know is that there's the car and I'm going home.
Yep.
And then when we get close enough, and at this point our eyes are adjusting, Brian stops walking. He's just dead in his tracks. I remember you were just dead in your tracks. And I stopped. I stopped and I was like, what? And you just kept staring at the car. And Danford was there. He was sitting in the car.
He was in the passenger seat of the car.
He was in my car in the passenger seat, just staring straight ahead. We were going on the side of the car, and so it was like to his left. But he was just staring straight ahead.
I saw the profile of his face, and I was like, there's a person in your car, Josh. But I couldn't say anything.
I didn't know it was him at first. I had no idea that he was in the car. I just all I knew is there was someone there. And that's very strange because I know for a fact I lock my car. And if I don't lock it, it locks itself automatically.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't matter really who was in my car. The fact that there was someone in my car after this crazy thing really started just freaking me out internally. And, man, I'm getting freaked out just talking about this again.
Dude, tell me about it. I'm over here, like, checking behind my door because I'm not sure if Danford's back there right now.
Man, like, the people in the comments are saying Danford's behind you. And I'm like having this urge to, like, look behind me right now.
Oh, my gosh. This is terrible.
So... Dude, I think the creepiest part was, like, not saying... Like, it almost made me feel a little better that I had known who was in there. But at the same time, as soon as I figured out who it is that was in there, I was thinking all the other questions that I didn't have answers to.
Yeah.
Like, how in the world did he get there in the first place? Where did he go after he freaked out? Why did he say those things that he said? And how in the world is he in my car right now at this point?
Exactly.
And he's just completely blank face, just staring ahead, just complete stare.
Yeah. So when we eventually get up to the window, you know, I'm like, what is going on? So I kind of knock on the window, and he just looks over at me, and then he just smiles. He puts on that Danford smile.
I remember that. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that.
I took a step back, and I was like, oh my gosh, Danford, please tell me that you're not insane. So we unlocked the door, we opened the door, and he's just like, hey guys, what's up?
That was the creepiest part, dude, because he was pretending like absolutely nothing had happened. Like, it was completely fine he was in my car. Like, it was like I invited him in. You know what I mean?
Dude. We're like, Danford, this is not a normal situation. Why are you so cool and collected right now?
Dude, this is freaking me out right now.
You and me both. I just locked my door. Not that that's going to keep Danford out.
Yeah, for real though.
Oh my gosh.
So basically I had asked him like, yo, what's going on? Like, why are you here? Why are you in my car, bro? Just trying to keep it upbeat, but still being like, I don't feel like this is as cool. And
Yeah.
he was like, oh, I just noticed, I saw so-and-so and what was it? Feder and his friend leaving. So he had seen them leaving. And
yeah, he saw them leaving. He's like, oh, I guess everybody's going to leave. So, and the thing is, he didn't ride in with us, so why did he think he was going to be able to ride home with us?
yeah, it was a little bit assumptuous. I don't even know if that's why he was in the car. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's why he was there to, like, get a ride home with us. It felt like he was just there to just be there. I don't know, man. I don't know why he was in the car. It freaked me out. But basically, I guess what you and I decided was, like, we're going home. So I kind of just said to Danford, hey, so we're heading back now. We're basically calling it a night. We're heading home. And I thought, in my head, after saying that he was going to try to say, like, hey, can I get a ride home? Or, like, can I come with you? Or, like, hey, my house isn't too far. But he didn't at all. He didn't ask if he could come back with us. He didn't say anything like that. He basically just said, all right, well, hey, man, you guys have a good night. And I don't even remember what he said, but he basically said good night. Like, see ya. I don't know. Can you remember?
He said, he said, all right, you guys have a good night. He was smiling at us. And then I feel like he said something else before he left, too. Like, it wasn't just have a good night. He definitely said something else, but I can't pinpoint it.
Dude, this was like 7 years ago.
It was such a long time ago.
So we get in the car, and we're both trying to, like, really keep on edge.
Yeah.
And he's right there, literally right there at the door. And I kind of just, like, I open the door, I get in, he's right there, he doesn't move or get out of the way. I close the door, and he's just right there looking at us, right through the window. He doesn't feel, he's just smiling, basically like a full-on smile, like someone just told a joke. And we start the car, and we just basically put it in drive and get out of there. We just pull away. And he didn't, start walking the other direction. He didn't start, just like walking after us, which would have been really creepy. But he didn't do any of those things. He basically just stood still right where he was the entire time, just body facing towards the car as we drove away.
I was looking in the rearview mirror the entire time.
Yeah, I know. You reminded me.
He would not look away.
You kept telling me, like, dude, he's still looking at us. And I was like, dude, we're going home. And you're like, dude, he's still there. And I was like, don't worry about it. We're leaving.
I was freaked out, man.
Dude, we get in some freaky situations, and I generally try to be the one that's like, yeah, everything's fine. But in that situation, that was probably the hardest time to ever try to be that everything's going to be fine type of guy. Because
you're cool.
Ever since the bonfire thing happened, not for once did I feel everything was going to be fine.
Never.
I don't know, dude. I don't know why that happened. I don't know how he got in the car or how he even got there, or how he knew all these things. I don't know why he said what he said, why he had that creepy smile. Or
Dude, that smile is the worst.
This isn't a movie, It's not like you get closure at the end and you figure out, oh, that's why this happened or this is why that happened. There was no answers. All we know is that's the last time we ever saw Danford.
Yep.
He didn't come back to school. We didn't see him. We never saw him get dropped off or picked up. He would show up at school, but we had never seen him at that point again.
Correct. we, we all just assumed that his dad went to another, base or whatever, and he had to go, but we were never sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, he never told us, but that's what we assumed. Is like, he kept saying he had to. He moved around a bunch of different high schools.
Yeah, that's what he said, but who's to say that that was even the truth?
I don't know, man. Like, I mean, we don't assume people are lying to us. So, like, when he said his dad was in the military and he was at 7 different high schools already, and he was only sophomore year, we were assuming, oh, wow, this dude jumps around high schools like crazy. So the fact that we never saw him again, we kind of just thought maybe, his dad ended up moving or something. I don't know.
That was the safest thing to assume.
That was just too weird.
Yes.
Man.
Wonder if we'll ever see him again.
I don't know, man. He's one of those people where you just you can't really ever figure him out.
Not that I really want to.
He would never say a single thing about himself unless someone were to ask him. And even if someone asks him, it's just like he never really had anything to say other than just super general things.
Yeah. Just kind of I'm just trying to think of one time when, it was just something that was really, really odd to say. When, I think it was one time, when it was about to be, the weather had been getting warmer or something like that. And this really should have tipped me off in the first place. It was kind of getting warmer, and, we were outside walking back from lunch, and I was just kind of like, oh man, the weather's getting nice, it's so warm. And he's like looking at me, and he stopped smiling, and he's like, I love the heat.
I remember you saying that.
And he just looked at me with the straightest face ever, saying how much he loved when it was hot. And I was just like, yeah, man, me too. I totally love the warm weather.
Dude.
And then he just kind of went on about general stuff. That didn't even happen.
Dude, that's right.
And I was like, what in the world, man? That was super weird of him to do. But we never really thought too much of it because at the time, he's Danford. He's just that he's kind of off.
He's that sort of off guy.
Yeah, but then I kind of got to thinking about it after this whole incident, and I'm like, dude, is there a connection? I don't know.
Maybe. It's like the only time he was ever being real was when he was giving us that really straight face stare.
Yeah.
It's like 95% of the time when he's giving that smile, it's like he was a different person. It's like he wasn't really there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't know, a facade he was just putting on.
I guess he was just putting on the face of a happy guy.
Yeah. I don't know what that could mean. He loves the heat. Maybe he just loves the heat. Maybe we're just looking into it and he was a weird guy.
Yeah, because plenty of people love the hot weather, but
yeah, lots of...
he said he loves the heat, but then he said, I love when it's hot.
Well, makes sense. Dude loves it when it's literally because there's hot weather. He just...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
But I didn't mean to do it. What in the world does that mean? That's just, I don't know. That's the kind of stuff that'll keep you up at night.
If that's not questionable, I don't know what else is. Because I didn't mean to do it. When we were talking about family, brothers and sisters.
It was specifically siblings, right? Because that's what Federer kept on asking him over and over. Brothers, sisters, 2 brothers. And that's when he got up and he screamed, I didn't mean to do it.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Dude, I don't know. The kid would talk about his father or, the
Yeah,
person that
Once
was
when we
his
asked
father.
him, he said he was like in the military and that's why he moves around a lot, but that's all we could ever get out of him.
That's all I knew about his father.
You know what? I'd never seen him in class. Had you? I didn't have any classes with him.
Stanford?
Nah.
I didn't have any classes with him, no.
Dude, we didn't have a big school. Like, how is that possible?
We had a small school. I mean, he was at lunch sometimes.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, obviously we sat with him at lunch and stuff. Now that I think about it, I'd never seen him in class.
Huh.
We should ask the other
Yeah.
guys. I'm sure the other guys had classes with him.
Yeah, I mean, Sutter probably had a class. I mean, just the law of
Averages.
probability.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's got to be some sort of
I mean,
connect.
they could have assumed that we had classes with him. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was really strange, you know, like having all that happen and then never seeing him again.
Yeah.
Just nothing gets answered. Nope, you're never going to know. That's the way that ended up turning out.
And I still can't go to fires in the woods.
Yeah, man, screw that.
Not happening. I didn't mean to do it. I'm sorry.
There was just, the way he yelled that was just so raw. I don't know. I don't know how you'd describe that.
The quiet that occurred after it was deafening.
Dude, I don't even want to think about that anymore.
All right. Me neither. I'm starting to, like I said, my doors are locked, but now I've locked the windows.
So, I mean, that's just one thing. I guess this is just one story. The story of Danford is what came to mind when I was thinking about times we've gotten in freaky situations.
Right.
I hope no one else gets in those type of situations.
Dude, me neither. I hope that...
We're not the only ones, right? Other people have this happen.
I don't know.
Man. That was creepy. But, I mean, in all honesty, like, we had never had a Danford thing happen after that.
Yeah, definitely nothing to that degree. I mean, we had, let's see, that was sophomore year, and we had junior year and senior year left after that. Senior year was pretty good.
Yeah.
We were the oldest people in the school, so that's always fun as a high school student, since you're the one that's at the top. We had a class together our senior year. We had study hall.
Yeah.
With I think it was CJ and Ed.
Yes.
Dude, CJ, when the daggone substitute teacher came in the one day, and he was like, she walked by and he was like, dang, that's bumpy. Oh my god.
Oh,
I was
man.
like, what?
Oh,
What's
man.
bumpy?
Bumpy.
Oh my gosh! After that moment, we kind of started saying that. After that, like me and CJ.
That's
I think
funny.
you wrote it in my yearbook.
That's awesome, dude. You need to come up here, and we need to like go through the yearbook.
I'm gonna do that.
Oh man, there's so many stories.
Yeah. There really are a lot. A lot of things that are just noteworthy.
So, not to bring it up again, but like the whole thing with Danford.
Dude.
What, like, is there something we can take away from that? Is there anything to be learned?
Let's see. Besides the fact that you'll never see me in the woods again, You mean like learn about how to deal with people like that?
I don't know. I just want to.
Just...
I want to believe there was something we could learn from that, and not just. It's just that one of those scary stories, you know.
Dude, I want closure.
I just want to know anything that could help me with closure with that, because that's it. That's all we'll ever know about that. I mean, there's no looking him up on Facebook. He wasn't a guy to do social media.
He doesn't have Facebook.
And I didn't even think that Danford was his real name, because he said, "My friends call me Danford."
Yeah, and what was his last name?
I don't know, man. What did he ever say?
No.
We would have heard it if they called roll in class. You know, they called attendance, but I never had class with him.
He was not in my class.
So my friends call me Danford, and that's why we all started calling him Danford. I mean, we're in high school. It was really casual. We weren't like saying, you know, what's your first, middle, and last name? What's your email? And
yeah,
we were just at lunch hanging out.
Yeah, especially because lunch is like one of the most, if not the most casual time. Because when we're in class, public school might be a little different, but we went to private school. So
Yeah.
Class was kind of one of those things where it was like, you need to sit there, be quiet, and pay attention.
Yeah.
If you stepped out of line, even a little tiny bit, like laughing was the thing that got me in trouble the most.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
like, if you stepped out of line, like, talking to someone just a little bit and they heard, like, you were getting in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
So there was no way that we could even get any more information out of this guy if we even had classes with him.
Yeah.
So it's like, obviously, you know, they don't call attendance at lunch. He never had, like, a lunch box that had his name on it or whatever.
No.
So you just kind of expected other people to know him, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. People are saying Josh went to private school. Yeah, I mean, Brian and I, we both went to private school all 4 years of high school. You went to private school even before that, but I was homeschooled up until freshman year of high school.
Yeah, I was in private school since whenever elementary school starts. First grade.
Yeah.
Kindergarten even, I was in kindergarten private school. You know, private school all throughout, and then I got to college, and it was, you know, public, but not a huge disconnect, because even though we went to private school, we still, at times, acted like public school kids.
That's accurate. Oh, man.
It must have been weird. It must have been weird going from homeschool to like an actual school.
Yeah, kinda. I mean, it was a change, sure. Absolutely.
I bet there was never anybody like Danford at homeschool.
Man, no. Man, can we just like make a pact to never bring up Danford again? I mean, I feel bad because that's no like run-of-the-mill story. That's something legitimate that happened, and we have no answers for anyone. You know, that's just...
Right.
It was 10 times more terrifying to have that actually happen. But
yeah,
people wanted to hear about this scary story, so we gave it to them.
We didn't even like need to like even think about a scary story, because that was, I mean, that's one of the scariest moments of my life.
Sure.
But I didn't think of it as that. I just thought of it as a story from back in the day.
Yeah.
But then bringing it up again and bringing myself back to that moment, it's freaky.
It's definitely freaky, yeah.
Terrible.
Well, I mean, this stream went on a whole lot longer than I thought it would.
How long has it been? Because I totally cannot see that.
I started at 10, so it's been about an hour and 45, hour and 50 minutes.
Wow. My goodness.
Yeah.
Did you ever tell the cops about that or ask your school? We never did we?
No, we never thought to.
We
thought he left because his dad or something, right?
Yeah, we thought. I mean, I immediately thought, you know, oh wait, he went to a different high school again because his dad moved around. Like, I didn't ask any questions.
Well, yeah.
So nobody told me.
I mean, he didn't kill anyone. He didn't do anything illegal. He just. Oh man, that's kind of brilliant though. Like if you never do anything wrong, no, there's. I don't know.
No way to find out.
I mean, he didn't show up to school. People don't show up to school all the time, for whatever reason. But like he stopped. That was his very last time we ever saw him. We didn't exactly go running to the police and say there was this creepy guy named Danford, blah 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 blah. And now he's not at school. That's not a reason you go to the police.
Yeah, that's true.
That was That was weird. It's getting even weirder now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't go to the police. You don't really have any sort of probable cause. It was just more of a coincidence, but it was just very creepy.
Beth, Josh, seriously notice me so that Danford can notice me. I don't know why it is that anyone would want Danford to notice them.
No, that is a horrible idea.
It's funny because, you can tell that these people weren't in the woods when this happened, or they couldn't really make jokes about it.
Right.
But, yeah. Well, that's good. If someone's able to make a joke about it, it means they're not terrified.
That's true. And if they're not terrified, then that's good.
I don't know.
Hey, Brian, read my comment. Hi, Claire. This is me reading your comment.
I'm hearing you read her comment. This is great. Oh, man. So you're coming up this next weekend, right?
Absolutely.
Dude, we have to do a live stream or something.
Dude, I will be there on, what is it? Today is the 5th, so I'll be there on the 12th. Is that 7 days?
Okay, great. Sounds good.
Friday, Saturday. One of those 2 days.
Well, good. Sounds good. You should definitely come up on the next live stream. We'll have to do some filming, too.
No big problem at all.
Well, hey, man, you have a good rest of your evening.
Oh, I will. I am going to have a great rest of my evening. It's going to involve me going into my room and going to bed.
Well, good. I hope you're able to have some good sleep tonight after talking about this insane story again.
Yeah, I don't really think that I'm going to have a good night's sleep, because when I say going to bed, I mean laying there and staring at the ceiling, hoping I don't view Danford's smile.
Oh, man. No, the struggle is real.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh, man.
Well, hey, man, if you get too freaked out, call me and I'll sing a story to you or something. There was once a man in the woods, and he saw a creepy dude named Denver.
No!
Creepiest smile in all of the... I don't know.
No!
Dude, a whole like story that's just in bad taste.
This is the worst. Why would you do that?
Oh my goodness. I said I love the heat, cause my name is Danford. My dad's in the military, so I move around. Oh my goodness.
I didn't mean to do it.
I didn't mean to do it, cause I love the heat so much.
Please stop. Josh, I'm literally never going to fall asleep now. Thank you.
Oh man, dude, if I see him at this point, I'm just probably gonna run in the opposite direction.
If you what?
I don't know, like, if we happen to run into Danford again.
No. There's no, if we run into Danford, there's not going to be an interaction between the two of us. There's no way.
Dude, it's... I don't know, man. I haven't really thought about it a whole lot. I try not to think about it. This is really the first time I've really, like, gone through it all since 7 or 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm. And we're not going to go through it again. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Well, if anyone else wants to hear the story, they can always check out this live stream.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. Well, this is where I'm going to make my exit.
Sounds good, man. You take it easy and try to get some sleep.
Absolutely not going to happen. But to everybody on the chat, everybody who's watching this, have a good night. I appreciate everybody. I will hopefully see y'all next week. Is that right, Josh?
Next week, we're going to do a live stream together.
Next week, I'm going to be here. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it will.
No Danford.
No
more Danford.
No more Danford.
Oh, jeez.
Well,
All right, man.
all right. You take it easy.
All right, man. You too. Take it a little bit easier than me, though.
What? Done.
Okay.
Was that like the right time to end? I couldn't tell. Oh, man. You guys. Yeah, you keep having me bring up these stories, man. Churning up my past. Danford. That face. He's like... That's the best I can do to represent what it is his face looked like. How about that story? Did you guys get as scared as I got during that story? You guys probably, I mean, you guys weren't there, so it probably wasn't scary at all, you guys. You probably were like, well, this is kind of a boring story. Freaky, though. Freaky. That whole story. Man. I gotta, like, watch some comedy before I go to bed. Mimsy says, Tanisha, I'm dying. So now I need to find Tanisha's comment. Adlight says, Josh, how many friends do you have? Really good friends? 1, 2, 3, 4, a handful at most. Maybe less than that. Maybe like 3, 4. Resolution Blue says, sorry, Josh. Yes, I was scared. Well, I'm sorry, Choco. I legit freaked out. Jesse, Josh, please lighten the mood. I can't sleep like this. Joanna, hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husbands. Because they're telling scary stories to everyone. Oh my goodness. It was scary in a good way. Oh, that's good. Oh my goodness. No, Josh, I was totally invested and terrified with that story. I'm sorry. I'm kind of starting to feel bad now. Let's see. So, I don't know what to do at this point. I think this is normally when I end things. Right after the story. Is that typically what I do? I tell the story, then I end it? I could do that. But I probably should end on a lighter note, because, I mean, who wants to end a live stream after something like that? We need to make this funnier. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to happen. But what I'm going to say is that I'm going to basically try to do that. We're going to transition here. This is a transitional period, as it were. Yeah. But if I just ended it here and not saying that I ended it, I just was like, boop. No, that wouldn't be a good idea. Jesse, no, Josh, don't leave us like this. Okay, I won't leave anyone like this. Are there any, like, videos you guys would, like, think I should react to or watch? I could do that right now. Like, something really silly. Oh my goodness. There are some hilarious videos out there. I already put one on my Twitter, though. So I don't want to, like, make you guys watch it again. I wish I could show you guys what it is I'm watching on my screen, and I could bring up something funny. I don't know. There was a lot of funny stories. I could tell you guys stories about Atlanta. Atlanta was fun. Going to Atlanta, Georgia, that was a lot of fun. I don't know. I'm sure some of you guys saw the Snapchat. It was kind of crazy because it's for a consulting position. So you have to be like a super friendly interpersonal skills type of person where you just like are really outgoing and able to make friends easily and like talk to anyone about anything, which I can't really do, but I can like pretend like I can do in an interview, which is why I was able to get that next interview. But once I got there, it was crazy. everyone there, all 36 of us candidates interviewing, we were all like the people who can fake or at least or do well in like being really outgoing and talking to all these different people and like meeting people and, you know, just exchanging phone numbers and friending people on Facebook and talking about college life and whatnot. It was really crazy. I mean, they definitely discriminated hardcore. I'm not gonna lie. The interviewers that went to these colleges, the people who went out and interviewed all these people, and myself included, and brought us to Atlanta, they had to have discriminated. I'm not gonna lie, because once I got there, I realized there was only beautiful, sexy people there. I'm not saying I'm beautiful, sexy. I'm like probably a notch below that, but everyone there was like super fit, super well dressed, super well groomed, like very attractive. All the guys were like jocks or like preppy people. All the girls were like, you know, super well put together and like really just straight up sexy people. Every single one of them. There wasn't a single person there that I would say wasn't very attractive. And it's like, that's the only people they decided to hire. And I was thinking, come on, like, you couldn't have just hired some people who had good personalities. But I don't know. That's what I noticed when I went there. So it was pretty interesting. It didn't feel real. It felt like TV. It felt like I was in a movie or something. I get there, and I'm starting to interview, and I realize that everyone's that same way. And of course, because all the candidates are like that, all the people that work there are like that. Like, we're going through the office, having a tour through the office building. And so we're seeing hundreds of, I guess they're older. They're like 20, they're like in their 25, 26, 27, like getting older, like post-graduating people who work there. And they're all like models, every single one of them. And it didn't feel real. I felt like I was on the set of a TV show, but I don't know. I guess that's what they decided to do. But it was pretty crazy. It felt very competitive because, you know, everyone was already like the cream of the crop type of situation. So I had to find a way to like stand out. And I realized that I didn't typically have this problem before. But once I got there to Atlanta, everyone was like jumping at the chance to like talk over you or jump at the chance to start making the situation about them and start, I don't know, detracting anything away from you and trying to put the spotlight on them when we were trying to network with some of these guys. So here we are. We eventually all got loaded into this bus with some of the recruiters. And we know that these recruiters are hardcore judging us this entire time. Like they're acting friendly and they're answering questions about us, you know, that we have. But we know that they're like taking mental notes on who they like and who they don't like, because at the end of the day, they're probably all going to decide who it is that they want to hire and who it is they don't want to hire. So they're keeping it really loose at the beginning, but we know that they're judging us hardcore. So I'm keeping that in mind, and I know for a fact that in those type of situations, for a consulting role, they're going to look for the people that are able to stay engaged in the conversation and stay, you know, in it, and not just like go into the background and kind of stay quiet and reserved and not say anything. Because the second that someone starts doing that, they're probably going to start noticing that and taking note, like, this guy wasn't really getting involved, this guy wasn't saying much or wasn't talking much, or he didn't really have a whole lot to add. And those types of people aren't going to get the job. Like, I knew it for a fact. So I was doing a pretty good job. It was really intimidating being with all those other people, but I was doing a good job of like staying engaged with everyone and like staying on top of the conversation until these other guys came on the bus. These other guys came on, these like frat bros came on, these lax bros. I don't know if you guys know the type, but they were the president of their fraternities. So they were like alpha dog to the max, and they did not like me. Like, I could tell as soon as I got there that they didn't like me. And they had sat down and they were like trying to like eye me up and be like, you know, who is this guy? And I tried to continue talking, and they start talking over me and start talking about themselves and kind of like ignoring me and being kind of a little bit rude, you know, not being very friendly towards me, because they probably saw me as competition and they want to be able to talk over me. So I do what anyone would have done in my situation. I just kind of like accept what's happening. I pull out my phone, I get up, I walk to the front of the bus, turn around, and I say, who here doesn't want to be filmed by 28,000 people watching? And everyone looks around. And I'm like, because you all about to be on Snapchat. I take a snap of us all, which is what you guys probably ended up seeing on Snapchat. So, needless to say, that was a good way to get a leg up on these rude frat bros who were trying to keep some people in the dark. It was pretty funny. It was pretty hilarious. I don't know. But it was good, you know, it was fun. I was just being myself, having a good time, and it wasn't too tough to, you know, for me to just be myself, and I felt like that was a good way to be able to, like, stand out a little bit. But it was fun. It was a good experience. But yeah, good stuff. I usually try to go for about an hour, so the fact that it's been over 2 hours, I feel like I should probably just call it a day, right? I should probably just, I don't know, like I feel bad. I feel like I want to talk about it a little bit more to not leave on such a crappy note with that story, but I don't know. I could probably try all night to leave things on a happier note and not be able to, because that story was legit. But just watch some K-pop before you go to bed, whatever, I don't know, you traditionally do before you go to bed, and I will let you guys go. You guys have an awesome night. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being here in the Snapchat, hanging out. I'm reading your guys' comments. Oh, don't go. I'm sorry, gotta go. Love this story. Thank you. I didn't love it per se, but I love that you loved it. You guys wanted a scary story. There are many more. I don't want to overwhelm y'all. So I feel like I should space it out. If I'm going to do another scary story, it's not going to be for a while. I could tell you guys a scary story next week, but I'm definitely going to wait a little bit until I'm doing that again. All right, well, hey, you guys have an awesome night. Like I said, thank you for coming out and being part of the Snapchat. Snapchat? Wow, it's getting late. Come on, Josh. YouTube live stream. Thank you for being part of the YouTube live stream. Have a good night's sleep. Take it easy. And have an awesome rest of your weekend. And if it is your spring break, have an awesome spring break. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. I'm going to go to bed because I'm really behind on sleep. And it has been a really long time since I've had any good sleep. I'm reading all you guys saying goodbye. Wow. I need to get better sleep before my next live stream. I will. That's what I'll do. Okay. Peace. Now I gotta figure out how to end this. Oh, dang it. I updated it. So now it's a different layout. How does this work? Okay. Stop. Does that do it? Don't do this to me. I literally... okay, so I figured out how to end the live stream last time, but then I just updated my software, so I need to figure this out, this new thing out. Crap, how does this work? It's not working. How is it? Dang it, come on. Come on. Oh, there it is. I found it. Preview stream end. There we go. Oh crap. It's Oh my goodness, now you all are gonna start making fun of me again. I always have this happen. I don't know why. Oh my goodness, I'm so embarrassed. Alright. I can figure this out. I am an engineer. I can figure this out. I really hope no one from Manhattan Associates is watching this. They're gonna be like, yeah, we thought we were liking this person, but they turned out to be a really big, I don't know, doofus, derp. What would they even call me in this situation? Okay. It's in file, settings, save. Always on top, settings. Okay, here we go. Start. Come on. There's no button. I can't. Okay, calm down. You can do this. There's a way to do this. It's just not obvious. They changed it. Okay, here we go. Plugins. No, that's not it. Crap. Edit scene. There's a help button. I don't need help. I can figure this out. Okay, I need help. I'm gonna click help. View website. I don't want to go on a website. I want to figure this out. Okay. All right. They're saying to calm down. Alice is saying, Josh, calm down. Okay, I'm calm down. Guys. All right, I'm calm. So, do you guys have any ideas on how I could stop this live stream? I feel like I'm really good when I'm like with someone, because then I can like bounce ideas off of them and like talk to them about it, but I can't do it. There's no one here. I want to call someone. Don't mind me. This is not part of this. I'm going to edit this out. All of this is going to be edited out. This never happened.
Hello.
Hey, Brian, quick question.
Yeah, man. What's up?
Do you know, like, how to stop a live stream? Like, with the... I know it's, like, a weird question, but, like, I just updated it, and now it can't end. Like, the button, they were all grouped together, like, start, end, edit frame, but it all is different, and it's all under different buttons, and I have no clue how it works.
I mean, this is one of those moments, man, where you gotta be, YouTube savvy like me.
Oh my goodness. All right, man. Thanks for your help. It's been real.
I don't know, man. You probably go to the big red X up in the top. I
tried. It hardwires straight from my camera onto YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like running in the background.
Man.
You know what? Akbar's really good at this. What I might ask him. Not saying you're not good at it, by the way. I love you.
Hey, man. This is, you called me, I woke up, here I am, dreaming about Danford, and here you are.
I'm sorry. I really wanted help. This usually helps, talking to people. Now I just feel weird and awful.
No, man, I'm really going to try to help you out, though. So, you see where are you at right now? What is on your computer?
I see comments. They're saying, turn off the computer.
Right.
Phone a friend.
Well, here I am.
Once you Danford, you can't Dan out. This is the best. OMG. Hi. Akbar is always here. Oh, is Akbar there?
Oh my god.
My cupcakes are burning, Josh.
What?
I don't know, man. I'm just reading things. I don't know. I'm freaking out. I don't know how to edit a live stream because I can't edit any of this out now. I'm probably just gonna completely delete the whole live stream now. This is embarrassing.
You still have 65 people watching, including me.
All right, dude. I'm gonna have to. Can I call you and call Akbar at the same time?
Is that a thing?
I don't know, but I think I'm gonna try it. Okay. Add call.
You can press the little plus button on your phone.
Okay, I just tried it. I think I'm calling Akbar. You with us, Brian? Oh, it looks like he's gone. I just hung up on Brian.
Hello?
Akbar, hey, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm great, man. I'm actually on a live stream right now.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, okay, so this is a little bit embarrassing, but I'm trying to end the live stream, and it's I just updated the software. I can't do it.
Okay.
So, like, do you got any, like, tips on, like, a way I could... I mean, it's usually the start stream, stop stream, but, like, now where the stop stream is, there's now just, like, this fluctuating bar.
Oh.
I know that sounded weird, but... I don't know, man, like...
Well, here's my suggestion. You could just slowly serenade everybody who's watching with the song and slowly close your laptop. Just slowly.
With what song? I'll tell you what you want, what you really, really want. Just like a Spice Girl?
No, it has to be like maybe like, I don't know, something like the ASPCA commercials singing.
No,
I don't know.
that could work. That could work. Yeah. So, like, as I'm singing, I slowly close the laptop.
Yeah.
But
It's just like, it's like, wait, what?
I'm worried, though, about, like, if I just end it by turning off my computer, maybe it won't save the live stream.
You're probably right, so I really don't know.
All right, man. Well, you've been helpful. I love you.
No, I haven't. Not at all. I've been zero help.
All right, man. Well, like I said, you've been a lot of help, and hope you have a good night's sleep.
Wait, are they still watching? Like, is everybody still watching?
I see comments, and I'm trying to, like, just ignore them because I'm embarrassed. Well, I mean, you're coming up tomorrow, right? You can help me with it then.
Just leave it on the whole time.
Just leave. Can I leave the live stream on for 24 hours until you get here?
I show up and I take over.
Oh man. So what time tomorrow do you think you might be heading up?
I have no idea yet. I'll figure that out tomorrow.
All right, man. Well, we got to do like a live stream or something.
I don't make the rules.
We got to get your beautiful, sexy voice in person.
Why?
It's a rule, man, and I don't make them, like I said earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Like I said earlier, I don't make the rules.
Just enforce them.
Yeah, we're like the policemen of the non-existent rule maker.
Yes.
So, like, what do you mean? Like the end stream button is just gone?
It's done. It's donezo. It's like a fluctuating...
Onion ring?
It's Dunyan rings and sauce. There's just a fluctuating bar, and it looks almost like a smiley face. I think it's like laughing at me.
You know what? It probably is.
It's messing with me, man. It's just staring right at me. The comments are still going.
See it, bro?
I don't know what to do at this point.
Tell everybody I say hi. Oh wait, I can myself. Am I on speaker?
Yeah, you're on speaker. You can say hi.
Oh. Hi, everybody. How are you doing? That sounds so artificial. Here, let me try that again. Hi. How you guys
That was
doing?
much better.
That was it?
Yes.
Yeah, instead of like the initial hello. How are all of you?
Yo, Akbar.
Yeah.
I'm just now remembering. Have I ever told you the story of Danford from high school?
No, which one's that?
Oh, I haven't told you about Danford.
What's this story?
Oh my goodness. I called Brian, my high school bud, and we told everyone over this live stream the story of Danford. And
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Is this the story when he threw up in the mall?
no. That's the Chevy Cavalier.
That's the one you told me.
Yeah, I've told you this. They know the Chevy Cavalier.
What's the Danford story?
It's terrifying, dude. I don't know if I want to say it again. Everyone's freaking out online right now. They're saying no. Some other time.
Some other time?
Yeah.
Like, say tomorrow?
Yeah, like tomorrow.
Sounds good.
All right, man. Well, hey, I'm actually like this weekend I'm gonna have Brian come up, and we're like gonna do a live stream.
I'm excited.
It's gonna be awesome.
To watch it.
It's gonna be good. And then after that, Rob's coming up.
It's gonna be good. Oh, that sounds awesome too.
Yeah, so basically you're coming up, then Brian's coming up, then Rob's coming up. So there's going to be a lot of live streams coming up.
That's good. That's good. Live streams are a thing that, is just a necessary part when you want to talk to your audience and share
Yes.
stories with them.
I agree. I concur that, yes.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be cool, though, just to give something back to the audience.
Hey,
They've been doing so much.
Hey, Akbar, I don't mean to interrupt you here, but
Yeah.
who was it? Claire, I think? Or
Where?
I don't know. Someone in the comments just said to tell you to marry them. So I just wanted to like do my due diligence and be like letting you know that you need to marry this person.
I mean, I'm not sure how I feel about over the phone. You gotta take me out to dinner first.
It's a thing. He's a very high class broad, Akbar. So you need to take him out and wine and dine him. Trust me, I had to do it for like a solid 3 months before he was willing to be my friend.
3 months? Are you kidding me? 6 months at least.
I know. I just wanted to make myself seem cooler than I was. But yeah, it did take me.
Oh no, you got in lucky. Most people takes a year.
Alice. It was Alice that said to marry. No, it was Emily and Alice. So it sounds like Emily and Alice both want to marry you. I don't know how you feel about polygamy.
Very flattered.
He's flattered.
I'm flattered. Wait.
Polygamy is a thing, in some
Yeah.
some areas.
Also, if you put the emphasis on the
The
hold on.
wrong syllable.
Yeah, it sounds like polygamy, which just sounds like origami. I'm tired.
I'm also tired, and I think I'm just gonna like close my laptop or something and hope that works.
Well, you better sing something, or do you want to duet something? I'll duet something with you.
Let's do it up. I don't make the rules.
Oh, what song? Well, what song?
I don't know, man. What song?
Got that good?
Oh my goodness, dude. Is there any other song that we can sing other than that disaster of a Luhan song?
I'm trying to think of, like, newer ones, but I just can't, like, nothing's coming to mind. Can you think of anything?
Nope.
Hmm.
Can't really
Nope.
do it right now.
Oh, well, now we're in a fine pickle.
Yeah.
I got this. Yeah, no, I got nothing.
Well, I mean, I think like at this point there's like a 50-second delay, so it takes like a billion years before like people can actually like start commenting on real-time stuff that we're saying.
Right, so, I mean, I could always sing, like, the song Sweet Dreams?
Yeah.
Like, sweet dreams are made of these, who am I to disagree? Like, you know how that goes?
You should do the Marilyn Manson version.
I don't know that one. I only know the good original one.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding. I don't know if that one's good or not. I just have never heard it.
That's fine. So, I don't know, man.
How about Smash Mouth?
Smash Mouth.
Some Shrek singles, but yeah.
I don't know. No one's really even mentioning something. They're not really. So I think, you know what I think we should do? I think we should just, we should shelf it for now. We should put a pin in it.
Okay, so should I just do a traditional bye since I'm going to be getting off the phone?
Yeah.
Is that what I should do?
That's very appropriate, yeah.
Okay, so here we go. So first to you, Josh. See you tomorrow, buddy.
See ya.
And then to the audience. Bye. There we go. Perfect.
There you go.
All right, catch you later, man.
Peace. Hey, you back?
Hey man, what's going on?
You were on hold the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's funny.
I kept waiting to hear someone else's voice.
Well, I guess I can't do a three-way with you guys. I would have loved to have, but
Giggity.
they just don't allow three-ways on Verizon, I guess. I should call them and complain. I would love to have a three-way with my friend Brian and Akbar, but you are just in my way. It's like, sir, I just don't understand it. Don't interrupt me! I also would like to have a three-way with my friend Akbar and Rab. But every time I try, one of them gets put on hold.
So many three ways.
It's like, sir, are you talking about on the phone? Hey, don't interrupt me. I would also like to have a three-way. I just like continuously talk about different three-ways I would like to have. And how every time I try to have the three-way, one person gets put on hold.
It's like an actual like customer service call to a cell phone.
I'm just so tired right now. It's just all this stuff is becoming so funny to me.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, oh man. Yeah. So yeah, the three-way I guess can't really work on a phone.
Yeah, it's alright. I mean, not everybody has their capabilities.
Yeah. Yeah. So how's life, man? How you doing? Like, how's Brian?
Oh man, life is good. We haven't talked in a while, so I figured we would update each other. Life is good for me. How about you?
It's okay. You know, I'm enjoying like my semester and stuff, but like, I don't know. I keep feeling like I'm putting in all this effort, not really like not seeing the results. You know, I'm not seeing like the fruit of my labor. Like,
I am 100% with you on that.
yeah. How you feel about that?
Dude, there are weeks when I'll be, like, you're kind of like, you're not on campus so much as, like, you can walk from the library to your dorm or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, you're kind of with it where you have to, like, do you drive to campus?
Yeah.
So, I drive every day also because we don't really have dorms on our campus or whatever. So, like, I'll drive there and I'll be there at like 9 in the morning and I won't get home until like 8:30 at night. You know, just like long days at school. Like after class, we'll just be studying for like 4 to 6 hours at a time. Like after 2 and 3 hours of class.
Dang.
So, and then when you like start failing tests,
oh man,
after having that happen like 4 or 5 times in a week, like the long days.
Yeah.
Man, it's like, what was all that studying?
Oh no, those are the worst. When you put in so much effort and then you still don't do well, you're like, wow. If I knew this was gonna happen, what was the point of even doing that?
Yes.
Ugh. That's the worst.
Man.
It's the worst.
Dude, you know what's weird?
What?
Colors.
Yeah. What do you mean?
You know what I mean?
Just like colors in general.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so strange because you're thinking like, why are you, right?
Why am I colors?
Yeah, man. It's like, I don't know, just like colors in general, because you're thinking like they're not necessary, because there are people who are colorblind and they're doing just fine.
Yeah, they don't tell anyone that they're seeing something different than someone else.
It's just interesting because, they can do nearly everything someone who sees color can do. Someone who is colorblind. It's
like,
just...
which colors do they not see? Do they not see any color?
Well, I think that there's all different types of colorblind, but, like, there's probably some people who are, like, I don't know, like, black and white colorblind.
It's like shade blind.
So what if they could only see things whenever there was, like, I don't know, like a certain emotion happening?
How? Dude, what?
Like they could only see angry.
How did you see angry?
I don't know, like they're blind as a bat until someone gets upset and it's like vivid. It's like, whoa, there you are. I don't know.
Man, someone had a really good statement. They said tried to describe the color red.
Oh, that's
So
easy.
Like, it's one of those things where you're like, Josh, do you see the same red as I see?
Well, there are ways to determine whether or not we're seeing the same red.
How?
Well, there are vision tests where you can sort of plot the color red in like dots, like 100 different dots on one piece of paper. And then,
Right.
or let's say you do that with orange, for example, and then you start replacing some of those dots with the color red and say the shape of like a J.
Okay.
If people are
So they
seeing,
tell you which color to look for?
they ask you if you can see a letter. Because if you're red colorblind, you're not going to see the red J. You're only going to see just a whole bunch of the same color.
You know, I had to take one of those tests before I started working at the hospital.
Oh, yeah?
And they said I was slightly red-green deficient.
I'm surprised they still let you work at the hospital, because if someone's like bleeding out their jugular, you wouldn't see anything.
Oh, I can see that. I'll tell you that much right now. I can see blood. And I have seen blood. It's not
You've seen blood?
not something I'm unfamiliar with.
That's right, you have seen blood.
Blood is colors.
What is colors?
Blood is.
Oh, I thought you were asking me what is colors. I was like, that's odd. It's what are colors, but oh man. You know what I just realized, dude?
Yeah, man.
I just realized it's so weird that like one can go through life and never know for sure if they're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
You mean like for a career or just doing?
I don't know, man. Maybe just like doing.
Huh.
I don't know. I feel like there's people out there who can be like satisfied with doing like very little, and some people who have like a lot of drive to do a lot.
Mhm. Mhm.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, you got people who are out there who, you know, like you can meet like the happiest surgeon in the world. Like he'll be like, you know, this was my plan, and I've never regretted it for a day. And then you could meet a surgeon who like hates his life. Like it's the same with any job, though. But if you look at someone not even thinking about career, just like life, where they're at in life, and you say, are you happy doing what you're doing? They have to say nothing else but the word yes.
Hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
word yes means that they're happy with the place that they're at. And is, as long as I can see colors, I'm good.
Yeah, man. I feel you.
I'm in that spot.
You're there, man. I'm there with you.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. We can be in the same boat.
Boats are something you and I can both be in, just like coexist in.
I'll row, you steer.
Dude, as long as I'm steering and you're rowing, I feel like we got a good situation. Did you feel?
Y'all feel.
Y'all definitely feel, bro. Yeah, man. It's kind of interesting,
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, would you rather be someone who constantly has this drive and you're accomplishing so much, but you never get satisfied? Or someone who is always kind of like satisfied doing nothing, so they never really accomplish much?
It's a really hard question, man.
I know, man. It's tough.
Because it's either work until you get to a goal, but once you get to that goal, you feel no sense of accomplishment because you're just so ready to get to the next one.
Yeah.
Or the exact opposite, where you didn't accomplish anything today, but that's cool because you're at a good spot in your life. But
Right.
you're never going to go any further.
Yeah.
This is a question for like who wants to be a millionaire or something. Like that's the $1 million question.
Right. Right.
But it's an opinion, so you can't get it right. So the dude's not going to win $1 million.
Exactly. And that's kind of the way it is with life sometimes.
Man,
You know what I mean? How like you feel like if you don't get the question right, you're gonna fail, but not everything has one right answer.
Exactly.
Which all kind of comes back to that life is kind of what you make of it a lot of the time.
Yes. Life is always going to be what you make it. Don't let anyone else dictate your life, because you never know when a hamster is going to come rolling by. You're going to step on the ball.
You step on it.
You're going to crack your leg in half.
It
You
happens.
never know.
Those hamsters come by all the time. I'm just like, what? And before you know it, you're just on your back, looking up, seeing stars. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That was the last hamster that ever walked through my house.
Yeah, I mean, they learn. They're smart. They can adapt. But there's always that first one you see where you're like, what? And you step and you fall and you're like, blap. And I was like, damn.
Yeah, man. I mean, once that first hamster comes along, you never really want to see another one.
That's one thing about hamsters. Once you've seen one, you've seen them all. And I truly never had a desire to see a hamster after my first hamster. It's probably the nature of seeing it, with it like running out in that ball and tripping on it. But I don't know. I feel like everyone's hamster story is a little bit different.
Everyone's got a different story, because mine was running in the plastic ball, which is what I was talking about. Because I stepped on the ball and I fell backwards. But you were talking about you just seeing one running completely in the bare, just a wild hamster running around, and you're like, that's my hamster. There it was.
Yeah, that was the moment.
Man.
And clearly we're not actually talking about hamsters. We're talking about the moments in life where you realize that there's an opportunity, and you could either make the wrong decision and you can falter, or you can take the opportunity to seize the opportunity and actually do what it is you're supposed to be doing.
And if you miss those opportunities, then we have a missed opportunity. And you don't want me to go off about missed opportunities again. Do you?
I think you should.
Because a couple weeks ago, you asked me about missed opportunities. Now, I don't want to get into it, because all of a sudden, I missed an opportunity just then because you brought it up.
Wow.
And here comes the kicker. You missed one, too. I saw your hamster run across the back of your sofa just a minute ago.
What, just right now, then? So that's the opportunity I just missed.
You missed it!
Dude, that's deep, bro. Yeah.
So, back to the story about colors. I mean, if it's the same green that you're seeing that I'm seeing, then I think we're in a good spot.
Well, like, what is it to say green? Because, there's ways to be green as in, oh, that guy's green, meaning he's new. Or, oh, I need to go get some green, meaning, like, I need to go get some money. Whereas, like, oh, dude, that guy's on green, meaning, like, that guy's high. Or this guy's like, I just need to hit the green more, meaning the dude just needs a vacation and he wants to go play on the green, meaning play golf. There's some people who call the green the golfing green. And,
Correct.
I could go on and on and on and on about green. Oh, that guy's green with envy.
Yes.
It's just, it's pretty crazy, it's just green.
There's a lot of different things for green to mean.
Man.
But if you really want to intervene, I think the real person you should ask is Irene.
Irene definitely intervenes with green. I've noticed that. Yeah. It's interesting, because green typically means go.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, but if you don't ever go, how will we ever know?
If we don't go, we will never know if anyone was to show.
So? Sorry.
I don't know.
I'm so sorry. All right. I'm trying to have a serious conversation with you, but eventually, like, I just, the rhymes got to me.
Man, I wasn't rhyming on purpose. I think it was just the way that things flowed out, You gotta ride out the storm,
All right.
All right. Little Matthew McConaughey going on.
Dude, what I'm just realizing is I'm still live streaming.
Oh yeah.
It's coming up on 3 hours.
I can't even like see it. Obviously because I'm on my phone.
I'm using OBS to stream.
What does that even mean?
OBS?
Yeah.
It means overweight bouncers are sensitive. So, whatever you do, don't make fun of a bouncer's weight.
What in the...
Not like because he'll not because he'll get violent, but because you'll legitimately hurt his feelings. He's sensitive.
Oh my god.
Like, I walked up to one once and he wasn't letting me in. And he was
A
like,
bouncer?
he was making fun of my weight, okay? He said, "You're so skinny you could hula hoop with a Cheerio." And
Aww.
I know, and I shouldn't have retorted. I shouldn't have. And you know what I said. You know what I said. You've said it
I know
before.
exactly what you said.
Give it a shot.
Who, me?
You.
Well, you obviously saw the fact that since you were so skinny, he was so big.
Mm-hmm.
So you was like, all right, well, if I can hula hoop with a Cheerio, you can hula hoop with the equator.
That's what I said. I said,
Oh my god.
oh, man.
Wow.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
I knew you said it. I just knew it.
Yeah. So I said that, and he was like, "Oh, dog," and he started crying, and I felt really bad.
Wait, he got like emotional?
Oh yeah, like I said, OBS, overweight bouncers are sensitive.
Man, and you're streaming on this poor guy.
Yeah, I had to. I don't know, man. All right.
Oh, man. But yeah, man, I mean, if you really want to end the live stream, I've had the solution this whole time.
What? Really? What's the solution?
I really don't.
Oh, someone wrote it here. Resolution Blue. Josh, there should be an exit button on the bottom of OBS.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would have seen that. Wait, hold up. Let me check this. All the way at the bottom? Oh, I thought that was just like streaming information. Oh what? Dude. There's an exit button at the bottom.
Oh, no.
I didn't think about it, and I look, and there's done an exit button at the bottom. It's just right there. It's just been there the whole time.
Is that just going to work?
I mean, it says exit, and it's a button, and it's at the bottom.
Hey, if they say it's going to work, you have to believe them because they're telling you the truth.
I mean, they never lie. I don't make the rules.
They have no motivation to lie.
They never lie.
Man.
Yeah, man, I don't know how they've done it. It's a lot of responsibility, but I've learned that they never lie.
That's a good thing to learn.
Yeah.
Honesty is the best, what's the word I'm looking for?
Posterity.
Yeah. Posterity.
Yeah. Presumptuous.
No, it's pasta dish.
Pasta dish.
Honesty is the best pasta dish.
That can't be right, man. It doesn't sound right.
That's it.
I mean, maybe if you're in Italy, but I just feel like you gotta come up with a different P word. Like, posterity is closer. Maybe it's posture. Pasture.
No,
Posteriors. Wait, posterior? Doesn't that mean butt?
Honesty is the best posterior.
Honesty is the best posterior.
Oh my god.
Oh, everyone's saying to press the button.
Yeah, there's a lot of people saying press the button.
Alright, I'm gonna press the button.
Okay.
Alright, well, let's both say goodnight to everyone.
Alright. that as well.
All right, you guys have a good night. Brian, go ahead.
Everybody have a very good night. It's already morning for us, so if anybody else it's morning for, have a good rest of your morning.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
You take it easy and yeah.
I'm going to try to actually go to sleep this time.
Me too.
All right, bro.
Alrighty.
Until next time.
I don't know whether or not to like end it here or end it on the stream first. Alright, I'm just gonna end the stream first. Dang it. The exit button didn't work! Dude! The exit button didn't work! No!